You are now in the arena. Welcome to Gridiron, presented by Underdog. Ooh. Today is Friday, and the vibes are high with all the boys. So let's introduce our guys. We have one of the most prolific figures in the history of sports media, the man who's never lost a debate, Skip Bayless. Super Bowl champion, 5-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro cornerback, Aqib, Talib. Yeah. Rocking his buddy Sam Darnold over here. We have top five passer in the history of the UFC Trojan, Cody, Kessler. Yeah. Showing some love. You've always showed love, though, for
had
Sam.
To, man. I went back. We'll talk about it in a second. I went back and forth last night, but they pulled it off.
He wore it like.
He ordered it last week. That's how much you believe in him. He ordered this jersey last week.
He tried to smoke it. You feel me?
Yeah. I think he was ready to burn it last night, right?
Yeah. It was, I'll tell you what. Go ahead and introduce TJ real quick.
All right.
Go home.
We cannot forget about 3-time Pro Bowler and Super Bowl winning safety, TJ.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, we couldn't forget about you, TJ. I just got so excited about his
I'll tell you what, Skip. Last night, true story. So I got the jersey ready in case they won. And throughout the night, I was trying to figure out my outfit for tomorrow, and it was I'm wearing the jersey, I'm not wearing the jersey. I'm wearing the jersey, I'm not wearing the jersey, but sure enough, Sam pulled it off, man. I got the jersey.
So you are representing your good friend Sam Darnold.
I'm representing Sam Darnold, yes. I got to represent Sam. We went to SC together. Yeah. That's my guy, man. He got the dub done last night. Didn't play great early on. We'll talk about it, but, hey, he found a way to get the win.
Hey, somehow.
And I saw
and we
that's
know
all that matters.
We know Skip's going to have
you know what happened? Is mid-game, he went over on the tablet, switched over to Twitter real quick, and saw Skip tweeted Sam Darnold.
I was
hell no. He went out there and got the dub.
Sam Darnold. I was cracking.
Cody, enjoy it while it lasts.
Hey, we'll talk
the dog continues.
That's got to be one of the best nicknames I've heard.
All right, guys, we got a packed show today, so we're definitely going to get into that later, but we're also going to talk about Joe Burrow continues with his cryptic comments to the media. What is going on with Cincinnati? It's been like 3 in the matter of a week, so lots going down there. Denver looks to keep the streak alive against red-hot Jacksonville. Can Bo Nix and Trevor Lawrence stay hot in this AFC shutdown? And should the Giants be looking to trade Jaxson Dart? We dive into why the Giants might have some options if they end up with the first overall pick. But first, as always, you guys, this episode is presented by Underdog. So for the holiday season, Underdog Unwrapped is here, giving you tons of promos throughout the holidays. They're kicking things off with a boost for Jake Paul's big fight. That's tonight. And if you are new to Underdog, today's the day. Get $75 in bonus entries when you play just $5. And a Saquon Barkley gimme pick with code GRID. Underdog is available in most states, including Florida, California, and Texas. So go support the show and use code GRID. The boys are what are you talking about? Do you want to share with the class or you want to wait?
I had a gift from Black Santa today.
Oh, share with the class, especially. I'm trying to take my cut. Oh!
Thank you. That's how we pay. Hey, shout out Weezy, man. You know what I'm saying? He a man of his word. We bet 5 racks. I get 5 racks. Let me sit this right here, Skip.
He brought it cash.
Yeah, this from Tunchi. You know what I'm saying?
I gave him your information.
Yeah, he hit me. He called me the other day. You know what I'm saying? Said he was going to make that happen.
Well, I think he's going to make it happen in person pretty quickly here.
Yeah, for sure.
Be ready for that.
We're going to sit him right here. We need to sit him right here next to me. You know what I'm saying?
Or maybe he'll be next to Skip. You guys are going to fight.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Sit him right here.
Book it.
All right. So, you guys, you just heard it here that Lil Wayne is a man of his word, and he paid Aqib, his guy, I don't know who his guy is, just brought Aqib $5K cash, so a man of his word, and we're going to get him on the arena. So look out for that, because Skip has been telling us he's going to come on. That's Skip's buddy. So let's get into it, though, because we got to talk about last night's game. Trailing 30-14, the Seahawks came back to win 38-37 overtime on a 2-point conversion. Matt Stafford went for 457 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no interceptions. Yet, somehow Seattle pulled off the win against the clear MVP favorite. So, Aqib, how in the world did Seattle pull that off?
Man, I'm gonna tell you one name, and it's not Sam Darnold. It's Rashid Shaheed, man. I'm telling you that.
Yep.
Say it again, Skip.
Rashid Shaheed.
It's kind of a tongue twister.
Yeah,
it is.
Shout out my guy Shaheed, though. Hey, second straight week, man. Second straight week. He big time in the clutch. Shit, Seattle was dead in the water. You know what I'm saying? Darnold wasn't doing nothing.
Nothing.
The first 2 touchdowns wasn't Darnold. That was Kubiak and Walker. You know what I'm saying? He dialed up the screen. He broke, set him up for a touchdown. The next one, 55-yard touchdown is Walker. Man, they was dead in the water. Shaheed run the punt back and inject life into the stadium. You could hear it on the TV.
Just
You could hear it on the TV. That shit got cranked up. You know what I'm saying? They scored that touchdown. Defense get a stop. The next one, he come get a 30-yard reverse. You could hear it on the TV, man. So Shaheed really brought to life. And that's 2 weeks in a row, man. He did the same thing. They were struggling against the Colts. Here he go in the fourth. Big return. One catch, set him up for the game winner. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him, man. They definitely loving the trade right now. And also the defense. The defense definitely got – they didn't play good. They didn't play good at all.
457
They
yards
didn't
to
play
Matt
good
Stafford.
at all.
But they
Whoa,
did when they needed to.
They didn't play good at all, Kinsey. But they got 3 crucial 3-and-outs in that game.
True.
You know what I'm saying? One of them was after interception. Sam Darnold threw an interception. They came out, got a 3-and-out. They punted, boop, they ran that punt back. That started it. The very next possession, they got another 3-and-out, and they came back and scored. So get that 3-and-out, keep that momentum. You could hear it on the damn television screen, man. The momentum was there. If they wouldn't have got no 3-and-out, you might let that momentum get back a little bit. They scored a punt return, gave them the ball, 3-and-out, got the ball right back. Man, that shit is crucial. Bub, no, man. We got to keep the momentum. We got to keep them down here. If we got good field position, we got to keep them down here. If we had the momentum, hey, we got to keep the crowd into this shit. We need a quick 3-and-out. That's what they did, man. So they didn't play good at all, but those few stops they got in the fourth was crucial, man. Shaheed in that defense, I don't know about Sam Darnold, man. He made some crucial throws.
I'm kind of over the
late.
Sam Darnold hate.
He made a few throws late, man. But
I love how you talk about the end around to Kenneth or to Shaheed, but what happened on the next play?
yeah, he threw a dot. Yeah, he threw a nice dot. Then he threw a dot to JSN in the
Dot
end
the
zone.
cup in the corner.
But that shit, none of that shit don't happen. None of that shit don't happen if it was up to him to get the same Darnold, get the momentum. He couldn't do it. He was dead in the fucking water. They needed somebody to get that momentum back into the stadium. Shaheed did that.
Yeah.
You want to go?
Can we go?
Are we going to get the Cody breakdown?
I'll say this, it was a hell of a comeback by Seattle, man. The Rams really dominated that game in almost every category. Skip, they had more total yards. They dominated time of possession. They had more first downs, more passing yards. They were better on third down. And most importantly, which is the biggest surprise, is they dominated the turnover margin too. The Rams, 0 turnovers. Seattle had 3 turnovers, and still the Seahawks found a way to win. It came down to 3 things for me, and you kind of touched on 2 of them. The first one was Shaheed. That punt return touchdown, that brought life to the stadium. And then right after that, they get the end of the round for a big gain that leads to a touchdown. Why are you smiling? I'm giving them credit. What?
I'm having that, TJ.
Okay, so we got
he's silly, bro.
Then the next thing, what was that defense? Because it didn't look like the Rams were going to slow down at all. They were doing whatever they wanted to do on the offensive side of the ball, not counting that last possession before halftime where they had 3 plays and the time ran out. The Rams scored on 6 straight possessions. After that, though, when Sam threw the interception down 30-14, what happened after that? It was a 3-and-out, 3-and-out, 3-and-out. Then they had a missed field goal, and then they had a punt to end the game to give them a chance in overtime.
That's 5 possessions where the defense rose up.
And that changed the game. But what happened during that time, Skip? They still scored points, and Sam Darnold threw a touchdown. Shaheed returned a punt. So the offense did get them back into it a little bit. And then the final reason why they won that game, in my opinion, is that Sam Darnold made some throws at the end of the game when he needed to most. And I thought it was more impressive that he did that after having a bad game for the first 3 quarters and still being able to overcome that at the end of the game. Because when you're in a rhythm, when you're playing like Stafford is, when you're playing great, it's easy to make those throws. When you're having a bad game and you threw a damn near pick 6 that should have been a pick 6, and you have another pick going down by the goal line, and now you have to find a way to win the game at the end, that is so tough mentally to overcome that. But he still found a way to get the job done. It's because of the big-time throws that he made. That touchdown pass to Barner, that was high-level stuff. Great what?
It was high-level stuff by Kubiak.
No, but listen, though.
I agree.
This is why, though. Watch the play again. What happens is they're going to motion Barner over to create a 3-by-1
But he
formation.
ran a route.
But
man.
what happens, Skip?
Still
Strong
got-
safety
he still
rotates
got-
down.
Right.
Thanks, TJ.
That wasn't the initial play call, though. You got
Don't
Don't
this
give
was.
that face.
It's more of a lofted.
No.
I could make that.
no.
Everybody on this couch can make that,
That-
throw.
but listen,
he
why
fucking
did it
roasted
happen?
the shit out the safety.
I mean,
Blended him.
why?
He
Why?
had 15
But
yards.
that's cool.
Wait, I don't think
Move
Darnold
on,
had
like-
anything to do with this
Really?
route.
Because watch the
Holy
playback.
shit, that's-
What happens is they motion over to a 3-by-1. The strong safety rotates down. That wasn't the play call they had on. What he does is he goes, alert, 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 alert. Why am I alerting? Because they're getting to one high and you're locking backside with the X. So that
Okay.
means, okay, go ahead, what?
The play is set up. Kubiak says, if it's too high, we run this. If it's one high, you alerted and run this.
And you're-
he seen one high, he alerted. Like, bro, come on, bro. That's high level on the
Cody-
quarterback or high level on the offensive coordinator.
The safety falls down
Got
on the play.
torched.
'cause
It's
he-
a
Barner routed the shit out of him.
I know
Like,
it.
bro,
Shit, this is what's he supposed
Like,
to
that's
like,
Kubiak.
so
That's
we're
high level
football.
Kubiak
It is
for
a
him.
great play call, great
ahead,
play
go
design by
ahead.
Kubiak.
Go
I'm not
ahead,
taking away from that.
Cody.
But in that moment, to be able to make the, hey, alert, alert, check to the right play.
Well, I hope you
Okay.
can do that.
To
You're a
make
pro
the throw,
quarterback.
you go play action
God,
left.
Come on,
flip
man.
it.
Go
I hope
ahead.
you can see the
All right,
safety
let's go to
come
the
down
next
to
one then.
30.
Go
Like,
ahead, Cody.
And I'm
God damn.
about
High
to-
level, like, bro, that's the easiest shit in the world. If he come down, you say alert and throw this route right here.
Okay, but why did that play work? It's not just one high. They're going zone to the field and they lock backside with the red call on the X. That means that he knows that I'm going to fake left, roll out to the right. I'm going to reset. I have Cooper Kupp on a quick out. You have Barner sell a corner, then cross face with the safety. But why is there no one on the backside? Because Darnold knows it's man-to-man on JSN running that crosser, pulls the corner out, and I'm going to have a lot of room to throw because there's no deep third safety. That's a
Okay.
high level or a deep third
But
corner.
I think that's more Kubiak than
Yeah.
That's more Kubiak than Darnold.
So that's
in
no
my
credit.
opinion.
No, it's a great play design, but that's no credit to Darnold recognizing the defense, making the right check, selling the fake, rolling out, flipping his hips, and throwing it back across the field in that moment in that type of game.
I mean, yeah. I would think every starter quarterback in the league could make that
No,
play right there.
no.
Okay,
man,
and yeah,
no.
Cody, the next two throws are good. Go ahead.
Okay,
You got
so the
Cooper
next
Kupp
throw,
and JSN.
the corner,
Yeah,
the
okay.
corner throw,
Yeah.
the Cooper Kupp. That
It's
was a
a
big time
deep
throw.
out.
And if you notice, this is a play they'd ran a couple times where they
Yeah.
motion JSN into the backfield. They're alert and they go cloud to that side. He's running an option route where he can sit, cross face, or break out. He's already cross face once. That corner has to hesitate in case he breaks out. Gives you a whole shot to the corner to Cooper Kupp. Dropped it in the bucket.
Did.
Great play design, but again, you still have to make these throws.
Man.
Hey,
You got to make these throws.
It's to me, it's a little bit harder to dial it up than it is to it's the NFL. If you can't make these throws, you should not be a starting quarterback in the NFL.
So you're saying in these moments with the game
In
on the
these
line,
moments-
with the NFC West on the line,
Clint
with the
Kubiak is
NFC on
showing
the
why
line.
he's going to be a head coach next year.
I don't
in these
disagree
moments,
with that.
'cause he fucking cooked.
Okay, so then let me finish with Darnold quick, then we'll get to the other stuff. But the final throw to JSN.
It was
Again,
good.
a great call. They motion Shaheed over. You get it in and out coverage. Darnold recognizes that. You still have to read and dissect the defense. They do a switch release. JSN gets outside leverage, runs a backside in
Good
cut,
throw.
level concept dime.
Great dime.
Play action, starts
That
right,
was a dime.
works back left,
Yeah.
and he hits him in a perfect spot. It's a great
Yeah.
throw.
Great throw.
And then the 2-point play, that is all Kubiak, though. I'll give you that. That was Kubiak because what happens? You get a 3-by-1. You've got JSN, you've got Cooper Kupp, you've got Barner all on one side. You're in a 1-by-3.
It's the backup tight end.
Everything is telling me, Skip,
Yeah.
I'm throwing it to one of these three guys
Yeah.
with the division and really the NFC on the line. But what he does a great job of is he runs Barner across the middle, which grabs those two interior linebackers, and you have Eric Saubert is his name. Eric Saubert.
With a
who
corner
has
locked on him.
2 catches all season long. Who's supposed to have the corner locked on him, but what does he do? He
Drifts.
engages.
Yep.
The corner loses sight, looks his eyes in the backfield, he slips,
happens
and we're throwing it to
all
Saubert
the
to win
time.
the game and possibly the division. Skip.
Who,
It
by
was-
the
it was
way, has
impressive.
been on 8 teams in 9 seasons. Go ahead.
He has been.
Yeah.
He has been. He only
All
has
right.
49 catches in his entire career and
All right.
2 this season, but they get him the football. With that being said, though, yes, Kubiak, and I've always been on board with Kubiak. He's a hell of a play caller.
He was.
So is Sean McVay.
was.
And so is Shanahan, and so is Cliff Kingsbury.
Hell yeah.
You still have to have quarterbacks go out there and execute the play calls.
You do.
You have to be able to go out there and play at a high level at a quarterback position, even if they're giving you layups or they're giving you great play calls and play design. So I can't take
Okay,
credit
so
away
you've
from Sam Darnold.
kissed up to your buddy enough. I want to hear what
All
TJ
right.
said.
Enough.
No,
No.
I didn't get
Done. Done.
Shout out to Kubiak, but I think everything both of you guys said is pretty much on point. Rashid, he brought life. You know, Koob is calling great plays. Koob is actually defensive minded. He played safety. You know, me and Coob was in the same college all-star game together.
Really?
As safeties. He went to Colorado State. I was at Oregon. We both played in the
Good
East-West
note.
Shrine game, right?
He backed you up.
Yeah, he backed me up. He knew his calling, right? He knew his calling. He was, he did his thing. But,
my guy.
that defensive perspective as an offensive coordinator,
Well.
like knowing what a defensive player would do in these situations, given these plays. Shout out to Coob again. But Sam Darnold, he did his thing in the clutch.
Thank you.
Now, you go back to Rashid's punt return. Before that punt return, Sam took him right down the field. Right down the field, and he threw that bad pick on the goal line, right? So that's when I was like looking for Skip Tweet, Sam Darnold. I'm like, damn it, Sam gonna give the game up.
Well, I'd already
again,
done it once.
right?
Yeah.
Defense steps up, 3 and out, punt return for a touchdown. Right now it's 30-22, they down 8. And, I blame it on Matt Stafford. Y'all MVP.
Really?
Matt Stafford in the clutch did not show MVP type calmness. He didn't show MVP finish. In those situations, you have to take over the game. 2 minutes left in the game, you can't go 3 and out. You can't give Seattle the opportunity to go down and win the game, which he did. Now, Seattle didn't go down and win the game right away, but they had the opportunity. It went into overtime. He had a couple bad throws, a lot of 3 and outs. Third down conversion was not there. And overall, in the whole game, they didn't score in the red zone. They didn't score TDs.
Yeah, 3 for 6.
Those first 4 possessions was 4 field goals.
Yep.
In Seattle, what they do? 2 big plays, 2 touchdowns. And that's what really was the difference in the whole game. It was a field goal game, and it was a touchdown game. Now, that both defenses had their moments. Both quarterbacks had their moments. But at the end, when it was time to win, Sam Darnold finished better than Matt Stafford.
Stafford went and got a touchdown in overtime.
He went and got a touchdown, but did they win?
He had the ball, he scored a touchdown.
Did they win?
I can't blame the game on a guy who threw for 460,
I'm
3
gonna blame it.
touchdowns,
That's
and scored a
crazy, though.
touchdown.
I'm going to blame
and
it because he
0
could have won the game
interceptions.
and within the 4 quarters. Didn't have to go to overtime. He had the opportunity twice. It was one with 1 minute and 50 seconds left in the game. They got the ball. And then it was another with maybe it was before that. But he had 2 opportunities within 2 minutes to go down and win the game. And he didn't. And that's what you expect out your MVP, to win in those situations and to close out.
Or if we don't win it in regulation, I expect him to come out in overtime and go get us a touchdown.
But you gave the other quarterback another opportunity. Now, maybe they should have went for 2. Maybe that's McVay's fault. But at the end of the day, Sam Darnold did what he had to do. He made tight throws in those overtime periods. The one on the sideline to Cooper Kupp, that was a dime, and it was a great catch. And then the one to JSN on the other sideline on 3rd down on the little comeback route. Those were 2 big throws in the game that got them down the field and to score on that drive and then to get the 2-point conversion. So I think it was the complete, Seattle's cooking right now as a team in every factor, special teams, offense, and defense. That defense is limited teams to field goals and not touchdowns. They're great in the red zone.
That defense just gave up a 37
But
ball.
they're great in the red zone. They're back against the wall. They don't give up the 7 points. And
They
we know
gonna
that's
get
the
popped
difference
first
between
round.
winning and losing.
Think so?
Seahawks going to get popped first round, bro.
I don't think they're going to get popped. But we're going
That's the
to
first
get on
round
to later to
recipe.
that. They beat a bunch of good teams in the AFC. They beat good teams in the NFC. And in the close games, they win. They had the blowout wins, and then they have the close, I have to finish at the end of the game wins. So, man, they got a recipe for a championship, if you ask me. To get deep at least. Like, at first I was like, nah, they ain't beating. But I'm looking at them, like, the more I look at them, the more they finish, and the more I look at their record, the teams that they've beaten, it's like, hey, man, you can't argue with this team is not doing everything they need to do to be successful right now and throughout the playoffs.
Is nobody going to give Kenneth Walker? He had the best game of the season.
And Kenneth Walker was balling.
He was balling.
He gave him credit. No, he did.
He did.
All right, Skip, I'm ready.
All right.
Let's hear it.
I do think this man to my left made some valid, gutsy points about Matt Stafford. I do think most people will look at these numbers and think he strengthened his MVP case in a loss. But when you throw for 457 with 3 touchdowns and no picks, that's a sensational game at Seattle on Thursday night. But to your point, he did have 20 incompletions, and a bunch of them came in those punt drives in the fourth quarter. So they had it 5 times. He did get them in field goal range, and that was the missed kick of the night by the thicker kicker, number 92.
Yeah.
When he hit it, I thought it was good, and it just faded and faded and faded and just missed the right upright, or we're having a different conversation.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure it's over
or the
on that
2-point
one,
conversion
right?
call.
Okay. Well, we'll get to that. So, real quick on Raheed Shaheed. You and I went back and forth a few weeks ago when he first was there, and I said he's small, and you said no, he's big. You think he plays big? Well, he's 5'10 and a half, 185, and I consider that by your standards small. But he ran 4.3, and he was undrafted out of Weber State, and the guy is a difference maker, and that might be the move of the trade deadline to acquire him.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the irony of it. You would think he'd be a difference maker catching the ball in a big game. He got no targets and had no catches in this game. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? Because it's JSN or bust. Sometimes Barner catches one, but JSN had 13 targets for his 8 catches for, 96 yards. But Shaheed had no catches. All he did was touch the ball twice in a row. One, boom, touch it. And it happened so fast. It was kind of like a quiet little punt return touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Al Michaels didn't seem to get real hyped about it because it didn't seem to matter that much.
Talking Matt Stafford all game.
Okay, well, he was.
God, dog.
He was. Al's an LA guy. He's
I
into
see.
the-
I know. He got to be.
No, he
I
is.
mean, how could you not? Nigga threw for 500.
Hey, man.
Okay.
Look.
Like,
Hey,
all night. You feel me?
Okay. All right. But then, as you point out, then they run the reverse or end around, whatever you want to call it. And that was a huge play because it just came out of nowhere, and he gets 31 yards, and I thought it was called back by holding. No, the Rams lined up off sides. What? And then the next play is the throw. It's the Kubiak call to Barner, and all of a sudden you're like, what? What just happened? They just went boom, boom, touchdown, touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we got 3 picks thrown by your best friend this morning. He's your best friend, right? All right, so we got the first interception. It's mid-third quarter, and it's 16-14 Rams, and he reads man, and it's clearly zone, and he just gets bamboozled by it and throws another pick, right?
Hell of a design, though.
Okay.
That was a hell of a design.
right.
It looked like, man, they rotate the 2.
Okay, that's when I tweeted same Darnold.
Yeah.
Okay, then you point out, they drive it down, and they get it 3rd and goal at the 6, and he misses the zone read, and Kobe Turner, just number 91, he just falls back into coverage, and Sam just doesn't seem...
Have to see that.
You can't. You can't. He's gigantic.
If Kobe wouldn't have picked it off, the damn
Somebody
corner
else
probably would've picked it
might
off.
He had somebody
Yeah.
in his face. He just got.
He was falling off, too. No, I'll give you
was.
that. That was a bad throw. That was a bad decision,
but
bad throw.
he's like 300 pounds, and you just got to see 91.
You always, when you get pressured down by the goal line, you have to
right.
anticipate droppers from the defensive line.
Okay. Now, off the Barner touchdown, now we get to the critical moment of the game. Kinsey brought this up, the controversial 2-point try.
Yeah.
This is his worst throw of the night because he's under center and he just rises and blindly fires it into the flat because they got what's basically a wide receiver screen, but they got Charbonnet, the running back, is out in the flat with 2 blockers in front of him.
Yep.
And Sam just goes blind and just fires a rocket into the flat backward. And Jared Verse comes across and looks like, what? And the ball hits him in the helmet. If he'd had Sam threw it so hard that if Verse had just a split second, he would have probably been able to catch it. It's a 2-point try, but you could run it back for 2 points, right?
But I don't like that call leader skid.
Okay,
I mean,
but the point is the ball flies up in the air, and Cam Curl, the safety, gets both hands on it at the goal line. It's almost the 3rd and final interception. It's almost going to do them in, and he fingertips it and can't hold it at the goal line. If he does, the game's going to end. They're going to win the game. But instead, he fingertips it, and it falls right on the goal line. And fortunately for the home team, it barely trickles over the goal line into the end zone. And Charbonnet, who was the intended receiver, just goes up nonchalantly and says, well, I don't know. I guess I'll just pick this football up.
Just like they drew it up, Skip.
Okay.
Just like we drew it up,
Okay.
Kubiak, baby.
It is the most improbable 2-point score, successful 2-point try in the history of football. And it is the worst throw that became a successful 2-point conversion in the history of football. It's got to be. But because it's just bad. It's just bad on bad on bad. You can say you don't like the call.
I thought it was a great call.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I mean,
There's nothing to go off of that play. If it's not there and he has to check that, where do you go from there?
But it's a screen though.
No, that's
it. It ain't like a read.
It's the
screen.
It's the Josh McDaniels special. We ran it all the time in New England.
And it would have scored. If he would have caught the ball and blocked it up perfectly, he would have scored so easy.
The only thing I will say with that is I would have liked to see it out of shotgun instead of under center, because then you eliminate that in, being able to run upfield. It gives you just a little bit more time, but then it's tougher to catch throw ball, so the timing might be off. But it's the Josh McDaniels special. They did it all the time in New England. Short motion with Amendola, with Edelman. You got two guys in front. I'm going to throw it to him. Dorsett, we did it back in 2019. Quick throw to them. You got two lead blockers, and you fall in on 2 point.
Okay, I got it.
It was.
But my big picture takeaway about the game was I talked the other day about how underhyped the game was, because it was by far the two best teams in the NFL.
Yeah.
1-2 in the betting, for winning the Super Bowl.
it was so strange. Nobody was excited.
They're 1-2 in every power ranking of the week, and the game lived up to the hype it didn't get, right? Because it became a great, it was the game of the year, right? So the quote-unquote game of the year that should have been hyped as the game of the year was the game of the year, right? Yeah. It was sensational. And I'm still shocked because when it ended, I just couldn't believe Seattle pulled it off, because we haven't even mentioned, we're going to get into him, but Puka Nacua, listen, he proved last night he's the best receiver in football, and they lost. And Matt Stafford, most people will say he proved he's the MVP, and they lost. And I look at the yards, 581 total yards? Really? And you lost? How? It's almost incomprehensible how they lost. And in the end, off the missed field goal, I tweeted, it was just meant to be for Seattle last night. It was. Maybe it's meant to be their year. You think we're about to get into whether they got any shot to go, but they were meant to win that game.
But
Do you think Puka's better than JSN?
Stafford that
who?
JSN?
Oh, way better. Who you want, Puka or JSN? I'll take Puka every time.
Right now, JSN has more yards.
I know, but Puka just runs
It was
angry.
2 minutes
man.
left to go, third
He's
and
a
8.
dog.
That led to the missed field goal. But it was a play. It was 2nd and 8. They were in the fringe, and he missed Puka wide open.
On the cross, when he was running across.
Wide
Yeah.
He still drove him down. We could kick this
wide
field goal
open.
in the
And
game.
you talk about Sam Darnold not being a dime.
But what he do
But he gotta
before
make
that
that
drive?
throw.
How did they get in field goal range?
Don't matter. You got to finish. You got to finish that play.
He did finish. If you make this field goal, they're finished.
It's a touchdown. If you make that hit, it's a touchdown.
But it is kind of
But
crazy
if
to
you
put
make
it on
that
the
field goal,
quarterback.
we up 10 and it's done.
Mo, that's not the same. That's the same drive. The 3rd and 8, yeah, he missed it and they missed the field goal. But this one was before. It was 2nd and 8.
Going the other way. I remember
Going the other way.
Had the cross.
Going right to left.
Yes.
Puka was in the corner. Missed him wide open, walk-in touchdown. You can't miss those.
He also missed the other touchdown too. You're talking about the one to Puka down the right sideline?
Yes.
Yeah, when he overthrew him.
The stutter goal?
Yeah, they overthrew him on that one. Man,
That's a double move, though.
It is,
bro. That's not as easy as it looked. Like, you can't even
you
practice
NFL
that
quarterback
full speed.
MVP.
Like, you can't practice a
candidate.
double move, a stutter go full speed. Like, only time you're gonna do it full speed is in a game. So it's. And then Skip, I'm looking, man.
And he
I
out
don't know
there
where
going no looks. He might make the wide open pass.
Yeah, I'm
doing
putting that one.
shit.
I think Stafford hits that.
You got to hit him. Man, look at
I
it. You
just don't
looking
think you
down,
can put
make
that
that
on.
pass.
Yeah.
What do you
Hey,
got?
500
you
yards.
nitpicking with him, bro.
What's Aqib got?
You nitpicking with Stafford, bro.
Yeah.
Like, seriously,
Yeah.
we talking about a guy who was up 7. He drove him down to get a field goal. He missed the fucking field. If he make a field goal, that's the game is
The
over,
game,
bro.
yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So
If anybody's
You have to-
putting up
like, come on, man.
500
Yeah,
yards
You
is
can
not
drive
on you,
down
and
from
0
the 20
turnovers.
to the 20, from the 10 to the 10. We got to get in the end
no,
zone.
we don't. If we drop 37,
If you playing in this
that
game,
should have been what
if
should
it's
have
this
been
type of
40. It
matchup-
shouldn't even been 40. It should have been 33 win. Like, come on, bro.
If you look up games where a quarterback put up those numbers and
Like,
lost,
come on, bro.
it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
No turnovers,
That's not
bro.
on Matt
Like, come on,
Stafford.
bro. It's far from Stafford.
No,
bro.
and look. I hear you, TJ.
To make, you got to make.
Like Darnold's my guy. I'm wearing this jersey because I support Sam Darnold. I always will.
I'm not saying Sam played better
No,
than Matt.
Stafford is that dude though, man. He's the runaway MVP.
Wasn't last
and
night.
McVay, yes, he was
How?
last night,
He
man.
Was
He was.
crazy.
Yards don't mean nothing.
Yeah,
Yards
what about
don't
points?
mean
What
nothing.
about what about three
making
touchdowns?
throws,
That means
bro.
nothing.
When you have the opportunity
3
to score
touchdowns and 0
touchdowns, and you're not
interceptions.
matching the other team in touchdowns, then you're not doing what you're supposed to do as an MVP candidate.
I will say this,
you
though.
can't
They got
make
a
those
punt
throws.
return.
So
You
it's
can't
cheating.
not
So
finish in the
quarterbacks
red
can't draw
zone.
their team down and put them in position to
If
kick
you
a
need
20.
7, no.
He ain't need 7. He
You
needed a
did
20-yard
need
field
7.
goal.
If you getting threes and I'm down there 4 times and all we get is 4 threes and the other team only down there twice and they getting 2 2 sevens.
Bro, that's besides the
But-
point.
But to that point,
You got a D tackle kicking the motherfucking field goal, bro. Hey, this D tackle make the field
When
goal.
he walked
somewhere.
off, I was like, that's the kicker.
Like, bro, what the fuck?
but context too. Remember, they did score on one of those, but they had an eligible downfield called back.
Exactly.
Then another one, which I didn't like by McVay. I love McVay. I think he's the best offensive play caller in the NFL right now. But to not go for it down on the goal line, you have a 4th and 2 or 4th and 1.
You just
and
went for
you
it
take the
4
delay of
times
game.
straight.
Why are we going for it out in the field? But you
Yeah.
get down there a chance to score.
True. I
And
agree.
early
I
they
didn't,
went
I
for
didn't
that
like
4
that,
down
man.
when they
So
could have took
those
another
kind of
field
skewed
goal.
the red zone numbers
Right?
a little bit.
Yeah.
You know,
What do you got, Aqib?
it'd be a
I don't know
perfect storm
where
sometimes.
you keep finding that Shaheed is 5'10".
5'10" and a half at his pro day. Go look up his measurements at his pro day.
Yeah.
5'10" and a
Not
half.
5'10"
What's it
and
say?
a half.
What is it?
10 and a half.
He's 6 feet 180, bro. I'm like,
That's the ones they put up
Oh,
on the
yeah.
the
You guys
website.
always round up.
you-
You know
I-
that.
5'10" though.
bro, not 5. So, bro, Chris Harris height out there. Fuck no, Skip.
5'10" and
Skip,
3/4.
hey,
it was.
hey.
Go
Let's
look
say
it
I
up.
got some house money.
Go.
We can fly that motherfucker
Okay.
in and let him stand right here next to me. I guarantee you
I will
my
bet
height.
you the top bill that his Wikipedia says he's 5'10" and 3/4.
I'm looking at his
pro day.
Wikipedia right now.
Look at his pro day measurements.
I'm looking at his
Yeah.
Wikipedia right now. He's
Look at
6
his pro
feet,
day.
180.
Look at bro.
Pro day.
I got pro day. Pro day.
Go down.
Hey,
Go down in his Wikipedia.
whatever the hell
Go
he
down
is,
to
Kubiak better
where
start
it
getting
says
him the ball. That's
professional.
all I know.
Because
Start getting
he
him
was
the
a deep
football more.
threat
He
in
does.
New Orleans,
Yes,
and they
he
not
was.
even
Thank
trying him, man.
Pro
Yeah.
day, pre-draft, 5'10" and a half, 185
Thank
pounds.
That's
you.
wrong.
Thank
He
you.
grew since then.
Oh,
Motherfucker 6 feet
He was
tall.
young.
Yeah.
He was young.
Inch and a half.
Hey, fly him in. We need to fly Shaheed in. We need
Yeah.
to fly him in, let him stand right here in person. He's my height, Skip. I'm telling you. I don't-
6'1".
You could pay him.
I'm 6'006" for the money. You know what I'm saying? Honestly,
That's underestimated.
I'm six. I'm right up under 6'1", to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
Shaheed is my height. He's 6 feet. Skip, he can't. He's not 5'10". Don't do him like that, Skip.
All
I'm
right,
not doing him anyway. I'm just reading the facts. Yeah.
we got to get him in. We got to settle another bet between the
Fly
two.
him in.
But I do want to talk about Sam Darnold a little bit more because I'm done disrespecting him because this man, he is not only leading, he led his team to the top of the NFC and last year put the Vikings at 14-3. What do you want? This is a quarterback-driven league.
my God.
You can't just do that.
But you
So-
act like the Rams defense ain't do their work last night too. They didn't give Stratford the ball on the 1 yard line with the pick.
But they gave up 38.
All right, that's what
the
I'm
fuck
saying.
they did.
Don't act like he just a magician doing everything. Like he
Yeah.
got a good ass defense and they put him in great position.
They gave
Didn't
up
he finish,
38.
though?
That's what the defense did last night.
But I do
A
need to
38 ball. Is we gonna be
And
happy?
long.
What we gonna be looking like on Monday if we give up a 38 ball? It's the biggest game of the season. We gave up 38. We gonna be in that bitch cheering?
Hey, still 39.
We gonna be having fucking extra meetings.
All I'm saying
and
is
all everything
it's not
else,
what
bruh.
you just do from quarter 1 to quarter 3. What do you do in the clutch when the game is on the line?
He
You had
did
2
it all
possessions
game,
with 2
bud.
minutes left, though.
He did it all game. You
And
could-
Seattle
you talking
matched them
about two
all
drives.
game.
Bro.
And Sam Darnold matched them all game. All game.
Bro.
Okay, but Skip, you're not a fan of Sam Darnold. You always call him. So did you gain a little bit more respect for him last night or no?
I gained none.
No, I didn't. I knew it was coming.
None.
Skip, Bayless.
Let's hear it, Skip.
Look, he is who he always was and always will be.
I saw
He
a
was-
W-I-N.
I hope
He was doing it right on schedule. He threw the 2 picks. The 2-point pass was almost picked at the goal line. Easily could have been the 3rd and final interception. And he fell into the perfect moment because of Shaheed. The return and the 31-yarder, and all of a sudden the pressure was off. People were leaving the 12s were leaving the stadium because it was 30-14 early in the fourth quarter.
It was.
So it's good for him because he's played a lot of football, and all of a sudden he could just heave a sigh of relief and say, well, I screwed it up again, so what? Let's just finish this thing out. And when the pressure is off, he's a talented guy. I just don't like his poise. I don't like his decision-making.
Right.
I don't trust his eyes. His eyes look deer in headlights to me. If I were on his team, I would be a little shaky because he's a little shaky under fire. So he showed you under fire 3 straight times who he really is, was, will be. And then all of a sudden, magic started happening and he got swept along in what Shaheed started because it won't start unless he makes 2 sensational plays of the night to completely reroute and flip the momentum of the game. But But now I look at Sam Darnold against the Rams. He's played him once. It was in Minnesota last year, but he played him twice there, twice here.
Trash.
And he's trash. He's 5 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. He lost a fumble. He's got
He doesn't
16
play well
total
against the
sacks.
Rams.
Yeah, in the playoff game last year, after they went 14-3, 14-3. He's on pace right now to go 14-3 in back-to-back years, and I take nothing away from that because that is hard to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean that is sensational. It's you do have to be in the right place at the right time because his supporting cast in Minnesota and now in Seattle is strong. Everywhere you look, it's strong, 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 especially defensively. So he's got good bodyguards on defense. He was in good spots, but the point is, when it got to the playoff game last year, he got sacked 9 times. That's the most anybody's ever been sacked in a playoff game. 9 sacks because he just goes deer in headlights. He gets a little panicky. He holds the ball. He crumbles. And deep down, I think that's who he is and will always be because he's the guy who's always really good in the regular season until it's time. And I thought it was time last night, and then it wasn't. And I think that will do wonders for his psyche. I thought I was very impressed that he didn't screw it up against Phillip Rivers the week before because they needed a field goal to go win. Mm-hmm. And he made the plays. They weren't sensational, but he made the take care of business plays to get them in field goal range a week ago. So he's had 2 late drives to win games. And I will give you the throw to JSN for the touchdown. That was the throw of the night because that was thrown with authority that I haven't seen from him. And he's got a nice arm, but we knew that. A lot of people thought he should have been the first pick in the draft in the Baker draft, right? So, but did I see anything different? If you told me he played a clean game and threw 3 touchdowns with no picks like Stafford did, I'd say, okay, you got me. Right. But you don't got me because we saw Sam Darnold all the way up to 30-14, and then I saw Ernest Jones was saying after the game that all the Rams were coming up to him saying, it's over, it's over, it's over. Well, I think a lot of Seattle players probably thought it was over until Shaheed said, no, it ain't. Here I go.
Sam Darnold, I mean, Matt Stafford almost threw a pick if he would just use his hands, the linebacker, when he threw it off his running back helmet wide open, threw it over the top of him, and he dropped it. So that should have been a pick in itself, but hey, go ahead.
And one thing we skipped over, too, was that cup fumble before halftime.
That
was a big momentum change.
That's
that was a great
zone.
read on the slant.
Red zone. Yep.
And they had the fumble. I'll say this, Skip. I'll be short on Sam Darnold because you guys know how I feel. But Aqib, what's the most important stat for a quarterback? And you always say this, and it starts with a W.
Winning.
Who has the most wins as a quarterback in the last 2 seasons? It's not Josh Allen. It's not Patrick Mahomes. It's not Bo Nix.
Regular.
Who is it? Regular season. Overall, who is it?
Yeah.
It is
Right.
Sam Darnold. He's got 26 wins.
What's his playoff record in those 26 wins?
But it doesn't matter now because he hasn't had enough opportunities.
I truly don't know.
What is it, Aqib?
I don't know.
It's
I want Cody to tell me.
He's played that one playoff game.
And what is his
He
record?
lost.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
But with that being said, Skip, you talked about having a great supporting cast. Minnesota, look at them right now.
Hello.
They still got Addison, right? They still got Jettis, right? They still got Kevin O'Connell, right? They still got Aaron Jones, right?
Yeah.
They still got good players on defense, right? What's their record right now?
Trash.
6-8, and they're out of the playoffs. What were they last year? They won 14 games with Sam Darnold with a lot of those same guys.
JJ's been hurt.
What about last
right?
year? Seattle. Did
JJ's
Seattle
also been booty.
Did Seattle go to the playoffs last year?
He wasn't booty against my
Seattle
team
won solid last year.
They were solid. They went 10-7. They went 10-7.
Okay, it was 10-7.
But they missed the playoffs.
It was 10-7 with Geno Smith.
Yeah, but they still had some talent around them, and they missed the playoffs.
But they was 10-7 with Geno Smith.
You can't act like Geno wasn't balling for a little while. And remember, they wrote him off. He was balling.
He's not the Geno Smith with the Raiders, though.
You can't show me a season where Geno was balling.
You don't think Geno played well in Seattle for a couple?
Geno ain't never played.
Damn. It's a tough crowd, man. Aqib ain't give nobody credit
I know.
except what's been the difference those 2 seasons? It's been Sam Darnold at quarterback. He made the Vikings better. He makes Seattle better. He makes big-time plays when they need him to.
Okay.
Is he perfect? No.
Here's
but
the
26
only question.
wins in 2 seasons.
The only
leading
question
the
for
NFL,
you
can't discredit
do
that.
you trust Sam Darnold in a playoff game?
I think after last night, what that did for him mentally, that was my most important point. For him to have a bad game for the first 3.5 quarters, and for him to overcome that, because you say all the time, Sam Darnold, That wasn't Sam Darnold, Skip. Sam Darnold would have been losing that game and throwing a pick at the end and not going around for the game-winning drive.
That's what he did.
No, he didn't.
He fought adversity in that game.
Yes.
He came back and he won it.
I think mentally that's going to help him get over that hump, Skip. I believe that.
But you talking about Stafford, but Sam Darnold ended his game with a three-play punt. 2, 3 and outs his damn self before
Yeah,
overtime.
No one scored at
You know
the
what I'm
end.
saying?
But ain't nobody yelling MVP for Sam Darnold. I'm saying
no
if you
reason
yell
to.
if you
He
yell
tried to
MVP,
lose the game 3 different times.
win those games. That's
He
all
tried
I'm
to lose
saying.
it 3 different times, bro. Like, you driving down,
Yeah,
throwing a
he had
pick.
bad-
You driving down, throwing
I
back-to-back
agree.
interceptions.
I agree.
Like, come on, bro.
I agree.
That's just
but
not.
on that last drive,
Are you never going to bet on him?
dimes, and he got the 2-point.
All right, so they the number 1 seed.
That's all I'm saying. They
They
12-3.
They the number 1 seed. Whoop, however it go.
Yeah.
If Philly go to Seattle, you gonna bet with Seattle? You gonna bet with Seattle?
If Philly
Philly
goes
go
to
to
Seattle?
Yeah.
Yes. I
I'm
would
picking
bet Seattle.
Seattle right
Philly
now.
goes
You motherfuckers is
Seattle.
not putting $1 on
I'm
Seattle.
not
Philly
a better
over there.
anyway, because I'm always
If the
let
Rams
down.
pull up again to Seattle
They
in the
always
playoffs,
let
y'all
me
not
down.
gonna bet $1
No, I'm not.
on
They just
Seattle.
beat them. Why? So what you think? So you're saying when the
I don't know
playoffs
if
come
they could
around,
beat
you
'em
think
again.
they're going to change completely? They're not going to be the same team.
Bro,
They
Cody,
also didn't have Devontae Adams.
Don't go there. Don't go there.
you
Hey.
never experienced it. You know what I'm saying?
You
This was a playoff-like atmosphere. What did Sam Darnold do? He fucking damn near shit down his leg.
He did.
Pick.
Yeah.
Like, bro, it wasn't that good. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
When the playoffs come, it's gonna get even more.
But you have
Well.
one playoff game. I know you're going to say, well, that's all I can go off of, but you have one playoff game. The first majority of his season,
And it
he's
was
in
one
New
of the
York.
shittiest
He
games
He
of
didn't
his
even
life.
experience the playoffs.
He's learning
That's
how
true.
to win in the playoffs. He's learning how to win in these type of games. And last night he found a way to win. That's what's important to me. You talk about Dubs until you don't want to talk about it.
I'm talking about him now.
Hey, he leads the
We
NFL.
play
in
and
wins.
win the
Hey,
game.
Yeah.
He is a solid
And
quarterback.
Seattle
man.
won the game. Ain't
The
nobody
more,
saying
the more
Sam Darnold
clutch
was
the
great.
game get, the more same Darnold he becomes. That's
I'm
all
actually
being
shocked
said.
by
like
your
last
take
night he
because
got
you're all
better.
about the WIM.
I am.
think it's
I am
the
all
opposite.
about the
And
WIM.
they will-
And
they
what else
won.
am I all about?
Playoff.
Playoff.
The playoffs.
Playoffs.
That's
The
fair.
playoffs. That's
Well,
what I'm
then
all
let's
about.
talk about maybe
Okay,
what
real
they're
quick.
good. Yep,
real
go
quick.
ahead, Skip.
Your favorite stat, just for the record.
QBR.
Matthew Stafford, QBR 88. Sam Darnold,
40.
same Darnold, 42.
Hey,
Come on, man.
88 to 42.
I'll
He
say
had
that,
that much. That means he didn't have that much. This is what you
Yeah.
taught me. He didn't have that much to do
Contribution.
Yeah.
with the win. You know what I'm saying?
I'll say this
with
though.
a 40
To
QBR.
wrap it up, I'm yelling MVP for Matt Stafford though. I'm fully on board.
Yeah,
He's
of
a runaway,
Of
man.
course.
I know you didn't like him in that moment, but he's
Well, I'm
balling,
saying
man.
in
He's
the
balling.
moment last night, division game, you look like Sam Darnold at the end.
He
Yeah.
drove his team down, but 30 to
And you
30.
look like
he would have
Sam
kicked. His
Darnold.
team would have got a field goal. They would have had a minute and 50 seconds to go match it.
Bro, you
Like,
had
bro, what's wrong with that?
drives within 2 minutes to get a field goal. He didn't miss the field goal in them last 2 minutes. You had 2 drives.
did.
No, he didn't. That was before the 2-minute drive.
Well,
that was
barely.
right at
It was right at 2
The
minutes.
first one was at right at 2 minutes.
He went and took him down to get a field goal. And me and you are defensive players, but let's be honest.
Yeah.
If our quarterback go down, get that field goal, what we thinking?
We better stop him with 2 minutes left.
Like, that might be what you thinking. But what I'm thinking, he going down, got this field goal, 2 minutes left. Oh, this shit over with. It's
You
game.
can't count, but the way the defense
game.
was playing, you ain't gonna count on them to stop nobody. Like, it was a high-scoring game. I'm expecting. Oh shit, it's probably gonna go into overtime the way our defense playing. Them motherfuckers giving it up to Sam Darnold. He just went
Hell
down the
nah,
field
man.
right before that. They gonna get 3. Get ready for OT. That's
Just
what
punted.
I'm thinking.
You just made him 3 and out
Get
before
ready
that.
for-
Okay,
After that, it's another 3 and out. Like,
Yeah.
bro, they ain't doing
Let's talk
shit
about
at
the
this
future
game.
of Seattle because actually 65% of the chat had gained more respect for Sam Darnold.
go,
Okay,
Cat.
so maybe you guys didn't, but at the end of the
one-one.
day, they're leading the NFC. Okay, and they're the favorites to win the NFC West, and you know that division
Ain't
is
always
pumping
pretty.
right now.
I
Okay,
know that shit.
so
They're not even gonna be the first seed.
we'll find out. But
Guarantee you they lose another game.
they finished the season, Carolina, then San Francisco 49ers, my Niners. They play them in San Francisco, which my Niners beat them at
San
home
Fran
in
gonna
Seattle.
end up with the number 1 seed.
So this is a very, very
What?
meaningful game. I love you for that. TJ, are the Seahawks Super Bowl bound?
Woo, man.
Now we're not talking about Sam. We're talking about the team,
No, you know
the
what?
unit
As a
of
team,
Seattle.
as a team, I could definitely see Seattle in the Super Bowl. As a team, and this is why, right? You look at the teams they beat. They lost to Tampa Bay. That was one of their losses. They got Carolina next. They beat Chicago. Oh, well, no, I take that back. They got blowouts against the Vikings, Falcons, Arizona, D.C., and New Orleans, right? They beat top AFC contenders in the Texans, Jags, and Steelers. And this is another reason why I think that
AFC contender.
they can be in the Super Bowl. Red zone defense, they can run the ball in red zone defense. And you know, when you stop teams from scoring touchdowns in the red zone, you have a chance to win, always.
And just by stats, they have the best receiver in the league right now.
Best receiver, offense is cool, but they're second in points per game, so they're not giving up a lot of points. I mean, last night was an anomaly. Yeah, Matt Stafford MVP, right? The Rams come in the house division game. But you stop teams from scoring touchdowns. And that's why they won the game. Because Seattle didn't score touchdowns. They was kicking field goals. Now, Matt Stafford was going up and down the field. But 3 points, 3 points, 3 points. And then Rashid, special teams difference maker. It's all about 3 phases: offense, defense, and special teams. And if you have somebody that can score on your special teams, especially in the return game, as lead, when we was on that Super Bowl run, half our big plays came from Omar Bowden and Jordan Norwood on punt returns and kick returns. Put us over the top. So you have a guy like that, a threat like that, you could get in the chip. So, yeah, I can definitely see Seattle. In the NFC, you know, we thought the Rams was going to be, you know, above and beyond favorites, right? Philly thought above and beyond favorites. Tampa Bay, if they win a division to get on Carolina, they not above and beyond anyone. So, yeah, I can see Seattle in the Super Bowl for sure.
Lead?
Nah, this team. This team is going nowhere fast, man. I'm telling you that right now.
Out on them.
I'm telling you that right now, cause Darnold is, you don't watch Darnold. I don't watch Darnold and say, oh, this is Super Bowl bound quarterback. He just same Darnold. You know what I'm saying? It's key moments of the game, you throwing picks. Then you backdoor it again with another pick. Like, this is the biggest game of the season, and that's your outing right there. That's what you're showing. Then the defense. Shit, this defense supposed to be hyped up. They supposed to be good. Biggest game of the season, you give up 37. Like, bro, that's not showing me that you are a Super Bowl bound team. I don't think.
But what does that show about the Rams? Also not a Super Bowl.
You know what it
bound
shows me? They win close games.
They done lost close games too. They just played the Rams and lost a close game. He threw 4 picks that game. You know what I'm saying?
And
So
that was early in the season.
I just think if they see the Eagles in the playoffs, they can't beat them. They see the Packers in the playoffs, they can't beat them. If he see McVay again, he won't beat them.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? If he see the Niners in the big game, he won't beat them. Like, I see 4 teams in the NFC. I don't think the Seattle Seahawks could beat those 4 teams in a loser go home type game.
Now, I think now they biggest threat will be the Bears. Just
Well, even
because
the
of way
Bears. What about the Bears? The Bears take the ball away. They definitely gonna get 2 off Sam Darnold.
Yep.
And they tote the rock. They
control
can't
the
beat
clock.
the Bears
That's
in the
what
big
I
game.
said. That's the
I just
team
ain't
that I
seen the
see
Bears in the
will be
big
their
game
kryptonite.
yet.
But
I ain't seen the
anybody
Bears-
else, if
I
you
ain't seen
want
the
to play
Bears
back and
in the
forth,
big enough game yet. You know what I'm saying? That's probably why I left them off the list. But
You don't think
shit,
that game against the Packers a couple weeks ago?
nah, that ain't big enough. That ain't late enough. And this game against the Packers this week is a big game.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? This is a division-winning type game right here. So we'll see what the Bears do in big games this week. You know what I'm saying? That's probably why I left them off the list. But if I was a betting man, if I was a betting man and the Bears was playing Seattle, I'd probably ride with the Bears. Like, to be
you
honest.
trust the Eagles right now over the Seahawks?
Yes. You know why? Because pedigree. They always in this shit. You don't have to be. Who gives a fuck about a 13-3 or a 14-3? I don't give a fuck about that. You know what I'm saying? I give a fuck about what you do in these big games.
Yep.
Seattle already proved, Philly already proved what they do in big games.
So this
they
wasn't a
get
big
to
game.
it.
They just won a big game.
You think
Whether it was
Denver?
some
But so to that
responsibility
point,
or
you
not.
think Denver's a true AFC contender, right? Super Bowl bound.
Let's not talk about Denver right now.
But Bo Nix is 0-1 in the playoffs, and I'm not trying to.
Denver ain't giving up no 38 balls in the biggest. It ain't happening.
No.
Simple as that.
Give up 30+ to Jaxson Dart in New York.
Yeah, that's in the bullshit game. Niggas was smoking gas all week thinking we got the Giants coming.
Hey,
to town.
all right.
We got the bullshit Giants coming.
look,
Niggas jumped out.
I know
shit.
one thing.
We turned that shit up. We won that game. You know what I'm saying? That's a one-off. If that ain't the biggest game of the biggest games of the year, is like the Packers coming to town. This is the biggest game of the year right now. Serve them boys.
Yeah, no, I believe in Bo. I'm just
Keep
going
them
by
out
your
your zone.
logic.
You serve them. Give them
They
14.
just won
I'm going with
big
the
Don't
logic.
get 30 balls in the biggest game of the year, man.
Don't matter how much you give up, do you win? We play to win.
Yeah,
See them in the Super Bowl.
Look, I'm riding with Sam Darnold. I'm high on the Seahawks
We do
after
know
that
that.
game. I can't stamp saying they're Super Bowl bound based on the question. Now, they do have the best path if they can finish strong, because if you look at it right now, they lead the NFC West, but they also lead the NFC, and really the only team they have to worry about is the Rams, and they don't have to worry about that anymore. If they win out, they also don't have to worry about the 49ers but they control their own destiny.
Yeah.
So they go at Carolina, which I think is a dub, then they go at San Fran. That's going to be the huge one. If they can win both those games, obviously, then they will have the number 1 seed both in their division and in the NFC. That gives them a bye, which is important, but even more importantly, they get 2 road games, or they get 2 home games, They'll get the division game at home, and then they'll get the NFC Championship game at home if they win, and you see how tough it is to play in Seattle. I know Stafford went in there and played well, but he's an anomaly. He's the MVP. Other quarterbacks that go to Seattle, it is a tough place to play with the crowd noise, and that defense, when they're playing good under Mike McDonald, it's tough. So if they can win these next 2 games, which I think they will, and win the NFC, it gives them the best shot, but no, I still am hesitant to stamp and say that they are Super Bowl
Good
bound.
for you.
I guarantee you they get popped one of these next 2 games.
All right.
They're going to see a Panthers team who trying to make the playoffs for the first time in a long. They got a lot to play for. It's a home game. They traveling from the West Coast to East Coast. Hey, them West Coast to East Coast games, I'm telling you, your clock gonna be fucked up. If we could look at the analytics of that, I guarantee you, them West Coast to East Coast, them West Coast teams are trash.
I mean,
when they go to these,
Panthers just lost to the Saints.
Well, the Rams got to go to Atlanta.
That's a division game. That's a different type of feel.
Right.
You know, them division games don't matter. It don't matter what the record is.
Got to go see Kirk Cousins in Atlanta too. So.
Yeah, that's gonna be another one. That's gonna be another one. But I guarantee, I'm just talking about Seattle here.
Yeah, the Niners.
Then y'all got to go to the Niners. Man, listen, man.
So today I'm sitting here between T.J. Darnold and Kinsey Darnold on this side of the couch.
I just got to give him a little respect.
I know,
Skip.
but it's just out of control. And I got a counterfeit Darnold across from me over here, right?
Cody, Sam Cody.
Yeah.
And you boys are finally agreeing on something?
Hey,
What is
we
today?
are agreeing all day and
Well,
all
it's
night.
all right when
For now.
Aqib rides with Bo Nix, but I ride with my guy. All of a sudden,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
the
done.
villain.
No.
So my prediction is Seattle will lose its first playoff game at home.
Oh,
Okay.
Same Darnold.
Okay.
He will strike again. And the weirdest thing about the Seattle team is they're road warriors. Like you slip, you said they'll have 2 road, you mean, oh no, 2.
Yeah.
They wish they had 2 road playoff games because I'm looking at this, they've won 12 of their last 13 on the road. Who does that in the NFL, really?
And we're a field goal kick away from beating the Rams even after a bad game, and it could have been.
They were. So this team at home under Mike McDonald over the last 2 years, just because of that great escape last night, they're 9-8 at home in Seattle with the 12s. 9-8? It's the loudest place in all of sports. 9-8? Really? I just don't. I don't believe it. I would like them on the road. There's something about their psyche. They just like to go away and play on the road. I like them at Carolina because they play on the road. But at home, with all the pressure on Sam Darnold, the world will be saying, "Okay, show us. You've arrived. Now go.
Yeah,
now
the
go."
next 2 games are on the road.
Right?
I think that changes in the playoffs, so Skip.
Right. Well, you better
Why,
be
though?
right.
Why do you think that? It ain't.
Hey, you ever
there's no
played
facts
football
that
in
say
the
that's.
Great Northwest? I have. It's tough to play.
I haven't today, actually.
9-8
at
under Mike
University of
McDonald.
Oregon,
They
if you know.
barely won half their games under Mike McDonald at home. Figure it. I mean,
That's a
explain
weird
it.
stat, though.
I know, but
It
it's
is.
the
That is
truth.
true.
Well, it's a weird stat to be damn 12-1 on the road too.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
it is. It's the weirdest stat in pro football.
So you're saying they're home games, so obviously you think they're going to win the NFC, get the number 1 seed, get a bye, and then play at
guarantee
home.
you
Yeah, I don't like Sam Darnold with expectation on him.
Okay.
Like high expectation.
And that's fair.
If they're going to be the favorite, and they are, I think they're going to pull it off and have 2 home playoff games to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And they'll lose the first one.
I think they're gonna be the 7th seed.
7?
You do?
7?
God.
Yeah, because
Wow.
if they lose one, that's gonna give them 4 losses. Especially if they lose to the Niners gonna be in front of them. The Rams gonna be in front of them. If the Niners beat them, the Rams gonna win the division. You know what I'm saying? The Niners would be 6th, they'd be 7th. It's that tight.
Okay, if
One
you're
loss-
right about that, I like their chances better. Seriously.
Because it's less pressure?
Well, no, you go on the road and they just feel
Yeah.
better.
Go
away
on the
from
road.
home.
They're gonna go on the road to Chicago.
Okay.
Don't get your ass popped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be fair, Skip, I was just saying I put a little more respect on his name. But I'm a Niners fan. I'm not rooting for Sam Darnold or Seattle.
Yeah.
But I just can't keep hating on the kid. He's led him to the top of the NFC.
And by the way,
At
he's a
some
good
point,
guy.
You got
I
it.
mean,
That's
He never
impressive.
had an all-star
Yeah.
performance.
Yeah, me
I
neither,
said
but-
he won
the big game.
Yeah, the big game.
Big
That's all
game
I
he
say.
won. He deserves his flowers, even if it's
That's-
just for
that's
one
all
night.
I was saying, too.
Opportunity
But
presented
he also
itself.
wins.
Now, he didn't have a great game early.
But
He also did.
76% of the chat says Seahawks are not in the Super Bowl.
I hear you.
So
I hear
not
you.
riding with them.
I stamp that.
Let's talk about the other side of the ball, okay? Because we got to talk about Puka Nacua. You just told me he's the best receiver in the league, which you
How
really
can
can't argue.
How can you argue? That's the
Yeah.
most dominating. The last 3 games, nobody's been. They can't touch him. They can't guard him. They can't
he's-
stop him.
And the catches he has, I mean, he's an absolute dog.
I won't put
Are you
him
going to tell me
best.
I don't put him
you would
best
stop
either.
him?
Man, I'm telling you, it's another situation of McVay. You can't play man against them, or they're gonna have your ass running all the way across.
Okay.
They're gonna be crack blocking. Your eyes gonna be in the back. It's too tough to play man against the Rams offense.
Those C-gap inserts.
Bro, they
man.
see gap.
What?
You can't play man against them, so you got to sit in zone,
Yeah.
and then McVay just cook you.
Middle of the field.
Bro,
Grab the linebacker.
If you put Jamar Chase in the Rams offense, he had 2,000. If you put CD, like if you put, it ain't that hard. I'm not hating on Puka.
No.
Puka is a great receiver. He tough as shit. He catch
He
the
is
ball.
tough, man.
He go adjust to the ball 50. But
McVay.
he run daggers and digs through zone all day.
Yeah.
Okay, but there wasn't any Devontae last night. And
It
he
don't
was
matter.
killing
You
him.
still can't play man against him. If you get Stafford zone coverage, I don't give a fuck who running that dig. I'm gonna throw it over this linebacker. Boop, he gonna catch it. Simple as that.
Well,
So
then why doesn't Devontae Adams have the same yards as Puka?
because he don't play the same position as Puka and Cooper Kupp
But he
and
got more
everybody
red
in
zones.
McVay's offense
He got
plays
more
that
red zone
Z
touchdowns.
position, and that's the guy who eats
Yeah.
right there. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Whoever gonna be my blocking insert guy, that's the guy who gonna get all these daggers, these bangs. That's the position.
But then
that's
the
gonna eat.
point, to your point, Kinsey, when they get to the red zone,
It's
McVay
Devontae.
becomes another mad scientist, and
Exactly.
Devontae
And
leads
it's
the league in
Devontae, yeah.
touchdowns.
Exactly. He make you one-on-one down there because they
Man,
run
and
game
they're-
so crazy.
McVay's
And
so damn good, too.
come
Like, they
on,
go
man.
11 personnel, 12 personnel, 13
13, a lot
personnel.
of
It doesn't
13
matter.
last night.
And they're still throwing the ball off
Yeah.
that C-gap insert. You saw last night with Puka how quick they were going. He was going number 2 to number 1. Those little short motions makes the defense try to communicate the last
Lose
second.
can't play
Boom,
man, bro.
cut.
Lose
He
out.
make you scared to play man coverage.
Yeah.
Once you can't play man coverage, like shit.
And in the middle of the field, in zone.
Wide open.
Wide
You're going to wait for that linebacker to clear.
Like, you could
and you're
put
going
what-
to hit him on the run every
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
You could
He's
put
so damn good.
the Cowboys 19. What's his name?
Oh, yeah, Flournoy.
You could put Florent. Let him play that Z position all year.
Okay.
Motherfucker had 1,800.
Okay.
Simple as that.
Well, at the end of the day, Puka had 12
come on,
catches,
bruh.
225 yards.
Hey, that-
but that's insane.
Whew.
But I'm not going to be really talking about what he did on the field. We're going to be having a little discussion about what he's been doing off the field because the whole internet is talking about it. So earlier this week, Puka went viral on a streamer, Aiden Ross's live stream, and said and did things that have caused a little bit of an uproar. So one being what he said about the refs. So let's take a listen about this.
You think the refs be bullshitting sometimes?
Oh, 100%. I'm like, they had a. Yes, the refs are the worst because there's just some of the rules aren't. And like, these guys want to be. These guys are lawyers and like, they want to be on TV too, bro. Like the game. You don't think he's texting his friends in the group chat like, "Yo, you guys just saw me Sunday Night Football." Like that was
No way.
Like that wasn't PI. Like, but I called it. I was like,
Seriously, they do that?
I mean, these guys are normal human beings too, bro. Like these guys
I mean,
aren't
they
just
do a
like.
better job than them. Dude, am I even joking? Yes.
Fuck, bro.
They do.
kill the game.
They're cheaters, bro. I don't care.
He just said the refs want to be on TV. That's why they're making calls.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry, I guess.
Yeah.
And then to add insult to injury, you guys, after the game last night, Puka did have another thing to say about the refs on Twitter. So I'm going to read you guys his tweet. Can you say I was wrong? Appreciate you, Stripes, for your contribution. LOL. But that got deleted real quick.
Oof.
But it was not fast enough before his head coach,
Yours.
Sean McVay, was alerted in the press conference. And I've never seen Sean McVay mad like this. So let's listen to him in the press conference.
Out, kind of taking like a veiled shot there at the refs. I mean,
What are you talking about?
you just put something on Twitter a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, so what are you asking me right now?
Are you okay
I can't
with that?
answer questions about something that I'm not aware of.
Okay, but are you okay with players kind of expressing frustration over things like that? Or is that something that you hope that they kind of keep to themselves? And
I gotta have more information before I answer any of those kind of questions.
what conversations have you had with Puka about his live stream this week?
Yeah, he was very apologetic. I don't think he understood the totality of some of the things. I think he issued that apology. I know this guy's heart, and for anybody that was offended, terribly sorry about that. I know he feels that same exact way. He's a young guy that's a great kid that's continuing to learn about, just the platform that he has. I love him. We're going to continue to put our arm around him and help him learn and grow. But we never want to do things that ever offend anybody, and I know he feels that same way.
How about those guys coming onto your property at the facility in a short week as you're preparing for the biggest?
Yeah, I don't know anything about that stuff. They came on our property.
They came in my house.
He said on the live stream that you were mad.
I was? I don't think, no. Did he say my name?
He said boss man.
Mad about the loss.
Wasn't me.
And now he's got to deal with
Yeah.
that.
Did it feel like a distraction this week?
No, it wasn't a distraction at all. Did
look
you
like a
think his play
distraction?
showed that he was distracted? I didn't think so either. He went off today. He didn't. And you know what? And I apologize for. You know what? I love this team. And man, when you put out as much as our group does, and you care so much about something, and you come up short, it's incredibly disappointing. But as it relates to just the things that you're asking, we always want to make sure that we handle ourselves with class, learn from it. I'll put my arm around him and continue to educate our guys. I love this team. I love his heart. I think he's going to continue to grow and mature. And I'm going to be there right there with him to continue to help do that.
So a lot going on in the locker room, but it didn't really affect Puka. But I do want to talk about the live stream, okay? So Puka was on Aiden Ross's, and he performed a gesture, but this was taught to him by Aiden Ross, the gesture,
Right.
okay? So it was anti-Semitic in nature, and the live streamers, when Puka was out of earshot, discussed whether he would get in trouble or not if he performed this move as a touchdown celebration. So Ross is Jewish, but he often performs the move and teaches others how to do it in his live stream. So Puka apologized for the gesture, and he was encouraged to make, on live stream, saying he had no idea the gesture was anti-Semitic. Aqib, what is your reaction to Puka drama?
The celebration, clearly he ain't know what he was doing.
Right.
I'm still confused. I still don't know where it stems from, so I can see how he don't know. You know what I'm saying? So, and then Aiden Ross told him step by step what to do. So he apologized for it, man. I don't think he meant nothing by it. Hey, what you want him to do? He made an honest mistake. You know what I'm saying? So he apologized for it. It should be left at that. He came, he balled out. It is what it is, man. Guys fuck up.
I kind of feel like the live stream guys are setting him up, going out of earshot.
Yeah, they is. They
just
kinda-
saying
man, they kinda
do you
set
think
him
he'll
up.
get in trouble for this?
For sure. He knew he would get in trouble for that.
Yeah, they knew that was going to get clicks, and they want clicks.
So Aiden Ross is Jewish, right?
Yeah.
And then the dance is doing something that's
That's
going to make the Jewish people mad, right?
Yeah.
So why would he even set you up to do that? You know what I'm saying? If you
Why would
feel
you
me?
think he
When
set him up
clearly
in the
Puka
first
didn't
place?
know what
Yeah, why would you? If you know, all right, this something the Jewish people ain't gonna like. I'm
And then
Jewish.
go whisper to your buddy, do you think he'll
That's
get in
like
trouble
you
for
knowing,
that?
us knowing something within our culture is
Right.
offensive, and you don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you,
You
to
to
do
do it,
something that's
do it.
offensive to black people.
Yeah.
And you know I'm gonna get in trouble.
I know you gonna get in trouble if you do it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
So that's
That's on a live stream. With
Yeah, so y'all playing around, they
Y'all
setting him up.
playing games.
That's definitely not on him, man. That's on the guys. That's Aiden Ross and them. Y'all playing games with his livelihood, with his money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't do shit like that. It would have pissed me off, you know what I'm saying? But
What about the ref stuff? Because it's kind of all intertwined right now.
and then as far as the refs, man, hey, everybody could say their opinion about the refs. He ain't said in the NFL interview. You know what I'm saying? It's his own personal funny little opinion about the refs. It is what it is. Now, as a wide receiver, I probably wouldn't have said that because now you might not get no calls. You feel me? They might be a little less quick to grab their flag on you. Oh, yeah, you all right, bet. I ain't going to call no flag.
That was no passive interference.
So, you know what I'm saying? As a wide receiver, I wouldn't have said it, but man, it's a funny live stream. It's a comedy show in a sense. You know what I'm saying? So he bullshitting, he playing around, giving a funny opinion about the shit. I don't think it's no big deal, but it might stop him from getting some flags in the future.
He got a $25K fine for it too.
Damn, how could you get fined
for talking about the refs? And I think the tweet too, you know.
But that's not even like a NFL interview. It's not even a tweet. That's weird, bro. That's weird. Like they just run our life a little bit too much now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Cody, how do you feel?
Yeah, I agree with Aqib on the first part. I truly believe that if Puka knew what that gesture meant, he wouldn't have done it. And then he issued an apology, and I believe that apology too. I don't think that was just some PR apology. He said, look, if I knew what that meant, I never would have done it to offend anybody. I deeply apologize. I don't want that to come off as offensive. So I believe that part. When it comes to the refs, though, I'm different. I'm a quarterback, right? So I'm going to be more of in line with Coach McVay. I'm just going to say, hey, man, let's just not worry about it. Let's eliminate the distraction. Now, obviously, it didn't distract him, right? Because he's coming out putting up big-time numbers, and I'm with Skip. You can argue him and JSN are right at the top of who's the best receiver in the NFL this season, but you're at the end of the season. You've got a huge game on the line. You're getting ready to play your division rival. You've got a couple more games to go, and then you want to make a Super Bowl run, and now you're a leader on this team creating some distractions. Whether you didn't mean to or you meant to, whatever it may be, I just think at the end of the day, as a coach, as a quarterback, pull him aside, say, hey, man, let's just eliminate that. Stay off Twitter, stay off these live streams. I'm not telling him what to do. He can do what he wants, live his life. But I would just pull him aside as a leader and say, let's avoid all that, man. Let's go get this ring. Off season, go do every damn live stream you want.
All right, so let me ask you this real quick.
Go ahead.
If I'm after a game, I'm with my 7-on-7 coaches and we just chilling. They asking me questions about the league and, hey, do y'all do this?
Someone sneaking a camera.
Somebody is recording me. And I'm like, bro, nah, hell nah. The referees be bullshitting, bro. I swear they just be throwing flags to be on TV, bro. They just woo. And then somebody leaked that out there. I'm gonna get fined for that. I can't have a conversation.
But it wasn't a private conversation. He chose to go on that live
I think
stream.
he knows. I think that's what the
one of the biggest
saying.
live streams in the world.
But that's not an interview, though, bro. This is it's a live stream because we get on here and be regular.
There's no such thing anymore as an NFL interview. This is very public. He had Donald Trump on his live stream.
Yeah.
Right.
So a lot of people are going to watch and listen.
Crazy 50 million views on a live stream.
Yeah, it's more than going on.
Man, it's not an NFL. I'm not at work. All right. I can say what the fuck I want to say when I'm not at work. My opinion still count. I get paid. My contract don't say, well, when you're not at work, you still can't talk about work. That's not in my fucking contract. So he's probably going to be able to appeal that shit and get his money back.
But if he comes on here on Underdog on an internet show, right?
Yeah.
Are you at work? Are you still responsible for what you say as a member of the Los Angeles Rams?
Because we would all sit here and whenever Shador says something, we're like, he's the leader of the team. Puka now, as the best wide receiver in the league, is a leader of his team. He is the face of the NFL.
I'm not saying he ain't, but he entitled to his own opinion. You can say your own opinion. You ain't got to whisper this shit in your fucking room. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can say your opinion, bro.
But it's a public opinion. You can tweet it. You can do it. You got to stand behind it. Yeah. And he should have gotten fined for what he said about the refs, and he did get fined. You can't say that. You can't clown him on Twitter after the game. He doubled down after he'd made the comments on the live stream. He did it again and then deleted last night.
Yeah. TJ, how do you
Yeah, man. I mean, I think obviously he didn't know about the anti-Semitic statement or symbol that he did, so we're going to give him a pass for that. His apology, it was more than genuine.
Yeah.
I played in a celebrity golf tournament with Puka this offseason, and he has a childish nature. He just wants to have fun.
He does.
He's out there. He wants to see other people have fun. He wants to crack jokes, do all that type of stuff. So you really, I more than believe that wasn't a harmful thing, especially when somebody's teaching you how to do it. That's part of that culture. That makes no sense. The last thing you thinking is somebody of that culture is going to teach you something that's disrespectful to their culture, right? Now, with the ref thing, I do agree with Lee that we should be able to say what we want and have our opinions, but at the end of the day, you know how the league is, and you know the responsibilities you hold and the repercussions that come with that, right? You talking bad about the refs. I wish we could talk bad about the refs all day night, but you're going to get a fine. Yeah. You understand that? You're going to get a fine, and especially if you're going on Twitter. The Twitter is the oldest form of communication for players, right? We've always been looked at differently for what we say on Twitter since the very beginning, X or whatever it's called. They say, before you press that send, reread it and make sure you want to put that thing out there because it's out there forever. It's out there forever. Now, he's going to get the fine and whatnot, but either way, it's a distraction. And we talked about George Pickens on this show, right? We talked about him being late to meetings, him doing other things like that, and him being responsible for those things. Now, he came out and balled when him and CD was late. Puka came out and balled, but you still have to be responsible for your actions. You're young players, you're very talented, the eye of the sky is on you at all times. You have to understand that. And as he grows and as he, takes these fines, and I hope it's the last one for him, and, certain things, there was another situation where he was on live in the locker room after the game, and the teammate was like, hey, bro, get off live. Like, oh, I'm on live for a little bit. It don't matter. Don't get off live. We already talked about you being on live in the locker room. You're not supposed to do it. So I think he just has to step back, take a step back from some of these things, some of these childish things, and say, hey, I'm a pro. People look at me a certain way, and I'm going to get reprimanded and talked about or judged for some of these actions. I'd rather just not do it and not deal with the issues of it.
I do think he's going to eventually learn. I mean, we're going to talk about Joe Burrow later, but if you're a star in this league, it doesn't matter what you say. We're all going to be talking about it the next day and take it out of context. So he's got to slowly learn.
I like my money.
He's a
Somebody need to talk
star.
about their ass. They bullshit.
They
You
need
can't
to-
find me. Y'all nitpicking and picking and choosing who y'all want to throw flags on, who you don't want to throw
And we
flags
know the rest
when
is
you want to
terrible.
throw them.
We
Y'all
know
be
that.
bullshitting.
We know
Can't
that.
find me for shit. Call their ass out, Puka. I feel it. Fuck.
Or Aqib will do it for you because they can't find him now. But okay, let's talk about a matchup
Wait,
tonight.
I
gotta
didn't
hear.
speak
Oh,
yet.
go ahead, Skip.
Thank you.
Dang it.
I got a lot to say.
Oh, love it.
Please.
Yeah.
Let me say this. I'm not Jewish, but my wife is, so I am extremely sensitive to anti-Semitism. And I was extremely critical of Kyrie Irving when he tweeted the link he tweeted to an extremely, to me, anti-Semitic documentary. Kyrie wouldn't back down. He got suspended. He lost his Nike deal. So last night, I asked my wife, do you know anything about this gesture? Because I'd never heard of this before.
Yeah.
What gesture? I showed her. She said, I've never heard of that before. Never seen that before. She grew up in New York, born and raised, very Jewish mother, Lower East Side of New York. Never heard of that gesture before. And then I read, as you point out, that Aiden Ross is Jewish, and that off camera, it came across that they were baiting Puka into doing something they knew would be controversial, but I don't know the controversy. My wife, her sister who lives in LA, they don't know this gesture. So it's very weird, and I completely give Puka the pass that everybody else gave him, because I don't think many people know about this. I don't know if it's a new thing on the internet.
Yeah.
But there was the representative from California, Eric Swalwell, who went off about it and fueled the controversy. And maybe that's what Aiden Ross wanted to happen at Puka's expense. He's 24 years old. He was a former fifth-round pick who just sort of came from nowhere. And I like him. I like to watch him play, and it comes across, as you said, that he's just sort of like got kid energy to him, and he plays with kid energy, and I think he can be a little naive, and he was just trying to go along with the show and have fun. But in the end, the lesson learned here, if you're on a live stream, I don't care what you say, you are speaking extremely publicly, and you'll have to stand behind any quote-unquote controversial comment that you make.
It's a huge risk
Yeah.
going to live stream. Okay. Yeah, I agree with you, Skip. But great feedback giving us about your wife. Because
Thank you.
Yeah, I also didn't know about this, but good to hear from someone. But I'd love to hear from you guys. But let's move on to a little matchup, because we've got your guys' Broncos over here are going to be playing the Jacksonville Jaguars, and this is going to be huge. Well, Jags are going to make the trip to Denver to take on the 1 seed, and you guys are looking for the 12th straight win. Aqib, I know you don't want them to win out until the playoffs, so maybe it's going to be this game.
No, we won't win.
But you're going to win this one. It's a monster game for Denver because they want the 1 seed, and the Jags are trying to hold on to the AFC South. So it's a big game, big implications. Aqib, you said Monday that they were going to give a beat down, and it's not even going to be close. But
Did I say that?
yeah,
Yes.
Denver's only. You did say it was going to be a
Do we
beat
got
down.
the tape of me
Yes,
saying that?
we got
'Cause
the
I know
tape.
Skip like to add little
No.
sauce to my comments.
But the Broncos are only a 3-point favorite at home. So are you going to take back your prediction? How are you feeling right now, Lee?
Fuck no. I look like taking back my prediction. Somebody want to bet, we can bet. Simple as that.
Ooh, should I put it in? Skip, you want to take a bet?
But we don't look into the odds, the Vegas makers, because I told y'all before, they make the spreads to balance out the bets. You know what I'm saying? If they put it too far one way, if they put what they really think gonna happen, then, you know what I'm saying, too many people going to bet with the Jags. If they put it this way, too many people going to bet with the Broncos. They got to find a spread that meet in the middle, and everybody, they want to balance out the bet. So,
But they have to find something that protects them both ways, right?
yeah, exactly. Something they got to
You
make it
can't
meet in the
say
middle.
Denver's going to win by 21, you know.
Then everybody gonna pick the Jags. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If they put what they really think gonna happen, Denver minus 14, then everybody gonna fucking pick the Jags. Well, I'm taking the Jags plus 14.
points.
You know what I'm saying? I'm taking the Jags with the 14. So it's going to be too unbalanced. So who cares about the spread? I'm going to tell you this. We're going to have a great game plan to neutralize. We're going to have a great game plan to get our run game going. There's number one rush defense. We're going to have a great game plan to get that run game going, some jets, some quarterback design runs, some stuff that we don't even really usually do, so we can get on the edge and hold that lineman. We're going to zone read and make him keep it one time so we can hold that guy. We got to put some type of pressure on him. That's the first thing we're going to do. We're going to hit their ass with this tempo and this altitude. That's the other thing we're going to do. Because we're going to wear your ass out just like we did Green Bay. You know what I'm saying? If you look at late in the game, Green Bay boys huffing and puffing. At one point in the game, Sean McVay even say, hey, look at him. He tell the whole offense, hey, look at him. Look at him. They dog-ass tired out here. That's from us hitting them with that, not no huddle, but it's just an in and out. He had this tempo since New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? I played against this tempo. As soon as we get the call, boom, they already on the ball. As soon as we get the call, they already on the ball. It's a slow, fast tempo. We're going to hit them with that tempo and have their ass suck and win. That's the second thing we're going to do. And the main thing of the game, main key to the game is we got to protect this ball. They're not a big-time offense, big-time passing offense, rushing offense. They always get good field position because they take the ball away.
They do.
You know what I'm saying? We protect this ball, and it will be an ass-kicking Kinsey. It's going to be like 27-13. Lead going. I got the points on.
He always says it's like
13.
I don't know what type of. This is the National Football League.
21 at
You
least.
beat somebody by 14 points. Like we might be on live on the sideline, like fucking eating hot dogs and shit.
The game,
your ass
the game ain't coming down to the last drive.
Hell yeah,
it's
like
a celebration.
Eating hot dogs
win,
on the sideline.
Yeah, but I had some 14-point losses in Cleveland, a good amount. It's an ass whooping.
It's a fucking ass whooping. That's an ass.
You're getting your
A
ass
2-touchdown win in the NFL is an ass whooping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
I'm going to be there in Jacksonville. I might send you a video or two, Skip.
Good.
Fourth quarter, you know what I'm saying?
Good.
You know?
Cody, what do you got him?
In Jacksonville.
I'm in
I know,
against
it's
Jacksonville
Denver.
versus
It's Denver.
Jacksonville.
All right. Yeah, I think the Broncos win. I'm going with the Broncos on this one, but I will say, do not sleep on these Jags. I think it's going to be
They're a good team.
I'm still sleeping on
And what Aqib said, man, they won 6 of their last 7. Really, it should have been 7 of their last 7. Remember, they were up 29-10 in the fourth quarter with 12.5 to go, and they
what
let
happened?
Davis Mills and the Texans go 26 unanswered and win that game.
It's a bad defense.
It's a bad look, but they still have a good football team. They've won 5 in a row. During that time, too, they're blowing everybody out. They're winning 171-72 right now is the point differential, and they beat a good Chargers football team, depending on how you look at it. They beat them at home 35-6, and that was a BTA. That was boot to ass in that football game. But I still think Denver's going to win this game for 3 reasons. The first one is that pass rush. Denver has 58 sacks already this season. They're on pace for a historic year. They get after everybody. Vance Joseph, he dials up those blitzes, and it's not just one guy you have to worry about. It is multiple guys that get after the quarterback. Why is that tough for Jacksonville? Well, they give up a good amount of sacks. They're 8th in the NFL in sacks allowed, and their last 3 losses, they give up 7 sacks to the Rams, 7 sacks to the Seahawks, and 5 sacks to the Texans. When they give up sacks, they lose football games. I expect them, Liam Cohen, hopefully, to have a good game plan, but I still don't think it'll be enough to protect Trevor Lawrence all game long. The score?
Yeah.
I got 2 more points, Skip. 2 more points. My second point is that I think Bo Nix will outplay Trevor Lawrence. That's the other thing. I think he protects the football. Only 1 pick in the last 4 games, so I think he'll be smart there. And then my third and final point is that it's at home. They're at Mile High, 11 straight at home. They haven't lost since Week 6 in 2024. So I have the Broncos winning 27-20 in this game.
27-20. Another 1-score win by the Broncos.
I said it was
good enough.
Yeah, we got Bronco 2 over here.
Yeah,
so let
let's
him
hear it,
go.
TJ.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you know I got my Broncos, but this is why we going to win. Lead point on it. They going from below sea level to Mile High, 52-80. They ain't even going to get their bearings right to the second half. By the time they get that shit together, we're going to be on their ass, right? We're going to be on their ass. Now, I think our teams are very similar. We're great at home. We have 2 quarterbacks that don't do too much within the 3 quarters, but they finish in the 4th. And that's what Trevor Lawrence has been doing great this year. Now, the last 4 opponents have been bottom of the barrel, right? So
Trash.
Bottom of the barrel. You got the Jets, the Colts, the Titans, and the Cardinals. Those last 4 games, them is the last teams in every division, damn near. So
the Colts?
You know, well,
the Colts, Daniel Jones threw 7 passes.
That's when he got broke. He broke his leg before the game in the
fair.
first series. So they played with their backup. So
with no Ward, no Sauce, no Buckner, no Daniel Jones.
They did
was
fall
all
out.
out. And that's a division game too. So we all know how to now. They passing defense is 20th in the league. So if they not stopping the run like they putting all their marbles into this jar to do, we're going to blow them out like Leaf said. And I think we're going to have a big rushing game, and I think R.J. Harvey goes for 100 yards, and it's going to be their first 100-yard rushing giving up this season. Like I said, they're going to start slow coming up to that mile high. I've talked to opposing opponents. They say, damn, we didn't catch our lungs into the third quarter, until the end of the second quarter. We couldn't even breathe until then. By that time, it's going to be too late for their ass. Now, Trevor Lawrence is 0-2 against the Broncos all time. 0-2 on the road. He got to come up there again. So, hey, man.
So is it, if it's a blowout, give me a blowout score.
I got 24-10. 24.
Oh, that's a blowout. That's a
low
blowout.
scoring.
Skip think this college.
Hey,
Nobody
that's a
scores
blowout.
No, I don't.
shit.
You know what Skip thinks?
What you
that my
think,
Dallas Cowboys went to Denver and it was 44-22. That's
They
a
got blew
blowout.
out.
Well,
That's a blowout.
Yeah.
Give me a score like that. Give me a 44-20.
The Cowboys
score.
is a bad football
Come on,
team.
man.
We talking about we blowing
Thank
out
you.
a good football team.
Thank you.
That's a 2-touchdown win. That's a good
Okay.
blowout.
But you said the other day, oh, this is a beatdown. Well,
That's a
that's
beat
not
down.
a
Skip.
beatdown.
Like this ain't college.
Okay, but
Nobody's
Vegas-
gonna
You know how
win
we
75
operate,
and 10
Skip.
or nothing.
Yeah.
We're
They
not
don't
out
like
there airing the ball out like that.
all right, so-
we control the clock
All right,
and
all
run
right,
and do
all
what we
right.
got to do.
I got it. Now it's my turn. All right.
What the Jags gonna do to us, Skip? What they gonna do to us?
The Denver Broncos are 12-2 against the fifth easiest schedule of any team that has played so far in the National Football League. Fifth easiest schedule, and you're 12-2. Your point differential ranks 9th in the NFL. You're 12-2, but you're 9th in point differential. You're plus 81. Guess what the Super Bowl bound Seahawks are? They're plus 164 in point differential. They have more than doubled the Denver Broncos. And what's Seattle now? They get to 12-3. So they're not even up to your record. You know, you're 12-2. They're 12-3. They're plus 164. You're plus 81 because you've won 10 one-score games. Barely, barely, barely. You stole a dinner from me when Denver went to CJ because CJ got hurt after a quarter, and I got Davis Mills. Straight trash, homie.
Who didn't lose a game as a
Okay,
starter.
yeah, but he sucked in that game because he wasn't ready to play against that defense.
Ain't nobody ready to play against that defense.
Yeah, well, CJ was ready to play against that defense, and the Texans would have won that game. They were on the way to winning that game until you lucked into another dinner. And I'm looking at all these one-score games. It's you beat Las Vegas 10-7, really? You beat them 24-17, really? Really, I'm looking down.
27 to
Okay,
14.
33-32 over the Giants, like you said. Tennessee was 20-12. The Jets 13-11. I'm not impressed, man. I mean, it's just game after game. You're playing trash and you win trashy games.
The Jaguars beat the Raiders by 1 point.
Win trashy
The
games.
Jaguars beat the Raiders by 1 point. Like,
we know what Skip is impressed by. Man.
Okay.
We already know, Skip.
Okay, so each of your last 6 wins are all one score, and I'm saying, man, take off. Show me something. You did it against my Cowboys, but that's the only team you did it against. And by the way, my Cowboys are so bad that they back-to-back in 4 days beat the 2 Super Bowl teams from last year. So we did do that. We beat Micah Parsons' team 40-40. We did do that. We beat them. Okay? So okay, but you blew us out.
We see what you're impressed by, Skip. You
I
impressed
know the
by
Jets
ties.
put up 20 points on their ass.
You're impressed by 6-6 hope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We know the stuff that floats your boat, Skip. You know what I'm saying?
Except your man, Bo Nix, threw us an early pick at Denver. Dallas Cowboys threw us a pick. It's still 0-0. We get it to 2nd and goal at your 1-yard line, and we go pass, false start, pass, field goal. Great.
Hey, that's why we the best red zone defense in the league.
So how about
we make everybody do that?
By the way, Jacksonville is the best red zone offense.
Are you going to pick the Jags?
No, I'm not picking
Oh.
Jacksonville.
No, wait.
Nothing.
I don't like the Jags, but I'm picking it. Wait a second. I'm the only one who's picking it correctly. I got it 29-28 Denver because that's what you do.
Only reason Skip is picking the Broncos because he wanted to be the everybody pick the Broncos type of effect.
So
he wanted to pick the Jags so bad.
I
He's trying to do the mental thing.
I got to cover.
that shit don't go with.
I got Jacksonville covering. Okay.
That shit don't fly with the #1 defense.
I mean,
in the
come
league.
on, Jacksonville.
Motherfuckers gonna score 14 points.
Okay, but
maximum.
You play the Jets and the Raiders, and they play the hell out of you. Why won't Jacksonville? They've won 5 in a row, like you said.
I know.
By the way, Jacksonville has covered 5 straight games, so they're playing trash teams.
Well, I
but
hope
they're
they cover.
blowing
Hey, the Cardinals and the Jets.
Yeah,
but we
and
have
the
all our games may have been one score, but we ain't got no blowout losses.
No,
I know that.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
say what you want. We not giving
My
up
biggest
35
question
to
for you
7.
guys, though, is who does Pat Surtain cover? Does he cover Brian Thomas Jr., or do you have him fall around Jacoby Myers?
No, we probably just go left
We
and
gonna
right.
go left and right.
Oh,
Ain't nobody doing nothing like that.
No
Lead the
respect.
receivers
Brian
600
Thomas
yards.
Jr.
No.
Yeah,
600
You
yards.
got
Lead the
600
receiver.
we
Come
stay
on,
left and
man.
right this game.
Go left and right. My
Jr.
dog
left and
Rodgers
right
boss
top
cut,
game.
man. Brian Roberts, he ain't did nothing this year in my fantasy.
You know what the biggest
I
difference
did too,
though,
all year
and
long.
I think the big factor in this game is being at home. That's what I mentioned. And
They're going to see what that altitude about.
they've won 11 straight, but they've won 13 in a row at home. Why is that so tough against this defense? Because for Trevor Lawrence, against a team or with the Jags that give up a lot of sacks, you lose your cadence. You can't slow down that pass rush with hard three, double cadences. Let's go fast snap. It's all
And their
visual instead of
secondary is
verbal.
not good.
And you guys are jumping snaps
Their
off of that.
secondary is not good.
Yeah.
They got,
I hear all this. I'm just saying, show me a blowout score. Predict a blowout.
We already beat the shit the Cowboys.
But you know what? You're right. Your blowouts are like by 5 or 7 points. That's a blowout to you. That's what the Broncos do.
2 touchdowns is a blowout to me.
2 touchdowns?
That's a blowout, Skip.
Come on.
Do you think?
Look how I look. 21-7. It's a blowout.
Okay.
14-28. That's a blowout.
So versus the Packers, that was a blowout. You think? 26-34.
Was it a blowout? Was that not a blowout?
That was a one-score game, 34-26. One score. One score.
We win in the manner in which we need to. If we don't need to, we don't need to. We needed to put them points up on the Packers, and we did.
Yeah.
A lot of teams like the Jaguars, we ain't going to need to. So we're going to go do it nice and neat, 14 points.
You see what we did to the Raiders? We could have easily kicked the field goal and ran the score up.
Yep.
And made it 27-13, the final score. Nah, we
And don't forget about the
ran a
Raiders.
dive.
Okay,
forget
but
about
ran a
the
dive,
Raiders.
bro.
If you came back in here the next day and you said 35
Kick the field goal with
kicking
7
the field
seconds
goal
left,
with
you
no
get blew out.
time, going down like a 2 minute just
Like-
to get them points to make the score tight. Come
Okay,
on, now.
Come on, man. They
if you
trying
came
to
in
cover
here on a
spread.
Monday and said, we beat the Raiders 37-10, I'd say, I'm impressed with that. Way to
But yeah,
go.
see, I'm not impressed by
With the
blowing out a
Raiders?
sorry team.
Oh, really?
I'm more impressed by beating a Packers team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Having Mahomes with everything on the line, putting a dagger in him. You know what I'm saying? I'm more impressed by that kind of wins than to blow out a sorry team. Who cares?
You beat
the
Mahomes.
Broncos blew out every single team.
Yeah.
They blew out every single team. They went to the Super Bowl and got knocked off. We wasn't blowing shit out. We was winning tight games. We was winning a bunch of tight games. We went to the Super Bowl and we won. So Mahomes team, we already did this, right, Kinsey? We already looked this up. Mahomes Super Bowl, a bunch of tight games. The Eagles Super Bowl, 9 tight games.
You're building that armor, that skin. You ever seen Spider-Man?
We try to
Rhino.
build these calluses.
Rhino
Worker man's
skin.
hands.
Well, you would think the boys are fighting, but they're actually not. They're both agreeing that the Broncos are going to win. Okay, so I'm very confused where this is going.
Skip want a blowout.
No, I want to see power. I want to see
Only when it comes to the Broncos you want to see that, though.
No, well, you've been crowing about them all year long.
Well, how can I
Broncos,
not,
Billy.
Skip? We lost 2 games.
Yeah.
We #1 team in the AFC. Am I crowing wrong? Am I going wrong by crowing?
You're 9th in point difference.
You always talk about shit that don't matter,
You
Skip.
came in here and celebrated a tie for your Cowboys early
Yeah,
on this
because
season. And now
everybody, because everybody said we were dead without Micah Parsons, and he did not wreck
you guys,
the game.
You guys are right now.
We wrecked him.
You guys are dead.
All right, guys, let's move on because we're getting nowhere with that argument. Okay, so everyone favored the Broncos to win, but let's talk about Joe Burrow because Joe Burrow continues to leave Cincinnati fans in shambles with his comments to the media. Once again, this week, dropped another hint that star QB might have enough of his current situation, and so let's take a listen right now.
In your
It's the
mind,
third time.
you're not the quarterback of the Bengals next year.
I can't see that, no.
Have you ever thought about the possibility of not being the quarterback here during your career, or
You think about a lot of things.
when you look at quarterbacks over the course of their time, great ones, Peyton, Brady, you kind of have to understand that you never know what this league will bring. And what did you learn from watching how their careers unfolded?
Yeah, a lot of crazy things happen every year. Micah Parsons got traded right before the season, I think this year. That is something I hadn't seen in a long time in the NFL, so crazy things can happen.
Crazy things can happen. And he said, I've thought about a lot of things. So he also said later in the press conference, everyone here is trying to find a reason for me not to play. And I want to play. I just want to play ball man. So Aqib, this is the third time in a week that he's had a cryptic message and comments about Cincy. So what's going on here?
Nothing.
Yeah.
There's not one thing going on. Joe is frustrated. He's tired of losing. He looked frustrated. He sound frustrated. And it's the worst when you frustrated and you got to go amongst the peon media's questions. Like, are y'all fucking serious? They ask the dumbest shit at the dumbest times. You know what I'm saying? I did that plenty of time, and sometimes it make you just want to play the game with them. You know what I'm saying? Oh, y'all want to play the dumb shit? Well, I seen a whole bunch of shit happen. You know what I'm saying? You think you're going to be here next year? Yeah, I'll be here next year. I answered that question first, right? Ain't that what he said first?
Yeah.
Well, do you see you being here for the future? Like, bro, like, why are we talking about that? Let's talk about the game I got coming up. Let's talk about something that's now. You want to talk about the future? Okay, well, let's play the game. I don't know. A whole bunch of shit. Parties got traded. We don't know what the fuck going to happen. Like, you sometimes you got to stoop to their level, Kinsey. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's sometimes the media, sometimes them local medias is coffee breath. You know what I'm saying? Fucking nothing better to do. You know what I'm saying? Then ask the dumbest shit.
Stir that pot.
That's all they want to do, bro. That's all they want to do is,
Yeah.
I want my story to be like, bro, ease up, bro. Like, you know what I'm
By
saying?
the way, you're a member of the media.
No, I'm not that local. We big time, Skip. See, Skip, you ain't in that boat, Skip. We're
influencers.
You used to be in that media, Skip. You used to be in that world.
It's a new age.
It's a new age, Skip. We like this. Our media, we sit around in a circle.
Podcasters.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? We sit in a circle.
You're right.
We don't got to ask the dumbass questions live. Like, come on, man. That's bullshit. So it's to answer the question, nothing is going on. He frustrated. He just trying to get a win, bro.
Cody?
Yeah, no, I'm with Aqib 100% on this. It's frustration, man. He's disappointed in himself. I think there is a little disappointment, too, in the organization and things that are happening around him. I mean, if you look at the trajectory of his career and really the Bengals overall, 2021, Super Bowl appearance. 2022, AFC Championship game. Since then, they've just regressed. And it felt like, all right, the Bengals have arrived. They're transcending. They're going to be a great team. And the last 3 years, they've missed the playoffs all 3 years. They're 22 and 26 during that time, and Burrow's missed 17 games during that span. Now, that has played a factor in the lack of success. I'm sorry?
So who's that on? Yeah.
And, well, I'll get there in a second.
I mean, but why the media ain't ask him that?
I think it's on, well,
That's a legit question, Kinsey. Ask him that. Well, who you think these losses is on?
I think it's on the front office right now.
You've missed how many games? Okay, well, that's interesting.
But to that point, even when he's there, I think this is where the frustration comes from. Even when he's there, it hasn't made that much of a difference in these last 3 years. I mean, 2024 leads the league in passing yards. He leads the league in passing touchdowns. You got a triple crown winner in Jamar Chase, and what happens? You still don't even make the playoffs. Not talking about a Super Bowl. You don't even make it to the playoffs. We come up short. We go 9-8. We don't even get our division, let alone getting to the playoffs. Why? Because defensively, they haven't built a good roster on that side of the football. 31st, 25th, 32nd in total defense the last 3 years. They're putting up a lot of points, whether it's Burrow, Flacco, whoever's in there, they still can't get these wins. Who's that on, in my opinion? I think it's the front office. They're not drafting well. They're not making great trade deals. And everyone says it's on Joe Burrow. It's on Jamar Chase. And it's on T. Higgins because of their deals. Well, look at the cap. They're only 44%. This number everybody says with, oh, well, they're 80% of the cap. No, it's only 44%. Yes, that is a big amount, but they still have money to use. This offseason even, with those salary caps and with those contracts they have with their three top players on offense, they got $70 million to spend, Skip, in salary cap. Probably more if they cut and trade some people. Why is it not transitioning into win? Why is it not translating onto the field these last 3 seasons? In my opinion, I think Duke Tobin, remember, they don't have a general manager. They're very light in the scouting department. I think Duke Tobin needs to make better decisions. He's a director of player personnel. He's their GM who basically makes all the decisions. Yeah. And then on top of that, the Brown family putting people in the right position in that scouting department, or whoever's making all the shots or calling the shots in the front office. They've got to do better. They're putting guys on their the window right now for the Bengals, in my opinion, is getting smaller and smaller. You have great talent on the field. You just got to beef up the offensive line. You got to find some guys on defense. But in my opinion, that starts with the front office, and it's starting to frustrate Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Man, it's definitely the front office. I've been saying this forever. It's the front office. They don't know what they're doing. In the years they had success in Burrow's early years, they had a complete team around him, and it was successful. But when you're sitting there week to week, knowing exactly what you need to win, and you're not getting those things, it's frustrating.
Yeah.
And then you come in front of the podium, and they asking negative ass questions when they know the answer to all them questions because you work hand in hand with the front office. You're creating these stories in favor of the team. They do that in I've seen it a million times when I was in Cleveland. You get the media crew, was 2 of them out there, and they ask you the same dumbass questions. When I've been here for 3 years, I've been losing for 3 years, I done had 3 coaches, but you coming to the players like we the problem. It's insanity. It's insanity. And that goes into the front office. It goes into the coaching because you're not giving me the things defensive-wise, right? You start talking about the salary cap. We're not close to the salary cap. We got money to do some things. I don't need everything on offense.
Yeah.
I'm the quarterback, but I don't need everything on offense. I can use some help defensively. We had defense when we were in the Super Bowl, when we were in the AFC Championship. And since then, we have not. My offensive line is ass. It's terrible. Protect me. Help me be my grade. I've been hurt the last 2 years. Why? Because I haven't been protected. Point blank, period. And that's on you. So the media, with your coffee breath, like Lee said, don't be coming to me asking questions that you know the answer to, trying to get these reactions, because I'm not finna give them to you. I'm about to sit here like Macaulay Culkin and play cool and not say shit. I'm gonna give you the answers you want, the short, quick ones, and I'm out of here. And then you do what you want to do.
I know who he is. How does he do it? How is he Macaulay Culkin?
He don't favor him a little bit.
Like Macaulay Culkin to you?
I love Home Alone.
Kevin,
it's one of my favorite movies.
I know, Skip, I know you're on social media. You don't see the memes where the lookalikes and the...
You mean that?
There you go. The aftershave.
All right, I'm dying for your opinion on this. Let me hear it.
I love Joe Burrow. Almost as much as you do. I still think he's the best quarterback in football. But I said the other day, I fear
better than Stafford.
I do.
Yeah.
I still do. But
better not ever let Joe Burrow get with Sean McVay. Oh, you better not ever let that happen.
All right. But I said the other day, I don't want to see him turn into this pouty, oh, woe am I diva, just wallowing in self-pity. This is the 3rd time in what, 2 weeks now? 10 days?
Yeah.
Yeah. And to your guys' point about the media, he opened this door first. He said it. He volunteered it without a question about he's not sure about his future. And the media keeps running through the door because the media is just doing its job. And I understand what you say about dumbass questions. I've been in those packs a million times, and I'm like, how could you ask that? It's just a stupid question, and you're going to get a stupid answer. But what I don't understand is all Joe had to say from day one was, I'm a Bengal and I love it here in Cincinnati. And I got a contract signed through 2029 with an option in that contract to extend to 2032. That's the point. Aqib Talib, you always say, you know Super Bowls. Don't you know? Your eyes can tell you what it looks like.
That eyes kid.
Okay, you got the Super Bowl eye.
Yep.
Who did you pick before the season started this year?
Pick them Bengals.
Pick the Bengals. Who did I pick before? I picked the Bengals because I liked the team enough, because I loved him and I love his weapons, and I liked the coach enough. I thought it would all come back together. And it did early on. They win their first 2 games, and I think, off to the races. And he hurts his toe, and he's gone for 9 games.
Yeah.
And he comes back, and everybody said, just take off the... No, he says, I play football. I want to play football. And I'm looking at it saying, they're going to win out. They're going to win their last 6. And they're going to steal a division that is begging to be stolen by the Cincinnati Bengals. And what happened? On Thanksgiving night, he returns after 9 weeks off, and they go to Baltimore and kick some ass, man. It was 32-14. That's a beatdown. That's a blowout. That was where I sat back and said, that's Joe Burrow. And then he goes up to Buffalo, hottest team in the AFC. And it's 28-25 Bengals with 5:35 left in the game. And he made one little careless mistake, totally uncharacteristic of anything I've ever seen him do. He throws a little push palm pass that trying to get it up to Jamar Chase against a corner blitz. And he doesn't get it up high enough, and it's a pick 6. And that wrecked the whole thing, because then he comes right back and gets a bad break because it's a tipped interception on the next play. And then he has a sensational touchdown drive, but it's too little too late. And they lose 39-34, and the season is over. So I give you the frustration, but it was right there. And if they'd won that game, if they'd closed the deal at Buffalo, you don't think they come home and beat Baltimore again? Because I do.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the schedule is a cakewalk all the way. What is it? At Miami against Quinn Ewers, then Arizona and Cleveland are home. They're going to win out. They're going to win the division. So what's to be frustrated by? You made one little mistake and it ended. And it was a long shot. You were going to have to win every game, but you had them. You flashed your Super Bowl potential. Joe Burrow came back and flashed why you picked the Bengals.
He did.
So I get it. I get the GM. I get the salary. I get it all. Yeah. But I thought, and I'm not going to be 20/20 hindsight hypocrite here, I thought they were good enough to start the season to go win it all, mainly because of him. And it didn't work. So you got to recalibrate. But come on, you got to be the leader of the franchise. Don't do it to Bengals fans. You owe them. They're good people. You know them. They hang in with you. Just respect them. Just say, I love it here. Because, you know what? I believe in his heart of hearts, he wants to be a Bengal and he loves it there.
You know
You got to flex his muscles sometimes.
I honestly, I agree with you on that one.
Okay.
Because I think, you know, in those situations, even with your frustrations, you're right. He is the quarterback. And I'm going to go to Shador. That media training, them answers, them stupid questions that he be answering with that enthusiasm and just positivity, and I don't know how he does it, because I said a million times, I would have crumbled. I would have, hey, that's a dumbass question. Don't answer that. I think Joe Burrow, you know, he has to have more of that goal in him to come to the podium like that, you know.
And listen, it's not greener on the other side. Where are you going to go at this point? You're going to go to the Browns, to the Raiders?
If McVay gets hold of it, it's over.
Every team that needs a core,
he almost beat McVay.
You got to flex his muscles, man.
Yeah.
What better time to act like I ain't happy right now than to the shit that's going to go viral.
It is a good brand play, though, because if I was the Brown family and I saw this little red flag, I'd be sitting Joe right down and saying,
what do we need?
Who are we drafting? What do we need? I'm writing
So
it
he's
right
just
down.
flexing his muscles a little bit. He playing the game with him. Y'all don't want to bring me shit. Y'all see, I had a little something to work with when we was in the Super Bowl. All I need is a little something to work with, bro. Get us something.
Yeah.
So we could stop somebody a few times. So we could win some of these close games at the end.
They drafted the first round outside linebacker. He ain't really done shit this year.
But they just don't draft well.
D-lineman.
That's why Duke Tobin needs to go. They don't draft well.
Nothing.
He's been hurt. He's just coming back from Miami again.
And Hendrickson's out. I get that, but within even their
man, it's free agency, bro. Bring somebody in. Man, you gotta flex your muscles. I think, hey, Joe, keep doing what you're doing, man. Hey. They'll be on your phone in a second.
This offseason's huge. Like I said, $70 million in cap space to start out. It could be more, which is
come on, man.
in the NFL. But it doesn't matter. Who gives a shit if you don't spend it in the right places? And that's where I am worried a little bit, because they haven't shown a great track record of getting great free agents or bringing guys in. They tried to, and they've made moves. They've tried to make the offensive line better. Hasn't worked. They haven't made the right move.
They spent a bunch of money on their offense.
They have, and they've drafted a guy in the first round a couple years ago too, and they brought guys in right before the season. They're just not evaluating talent up front the right way or on defense. They can evaluate talent at wide receiver and quarterback, but for some reason,
that money on a coordinator.
It's not correlating. You think so? You don't like Al Golden's out? I mean, obviously he's going to be out, but
you give up a 30 ball every game.
Remember, Al Golden was really good at Notre Dame too, by the way.
Okay.
I know college is different than NFL, but I'm just saying it's.
Okay, but as bad as they are, they crushed Baltimore at Baltimore on Thanksgiving night, and they had Buffalo dead to rights, man. They had them. They're driving. They're in Buffalo territory.
But that's the thing, though, Skip.
But you think who should be frustrated is Dak Prescott? Dak Prescott's balling out, and his defense.
There got to be a way to win. It's
NFL.
a science to winning all these close games that you hate, that the Broncos winning.
Yeah.
It's a science to it, Skip. That's a skill. We got to be able to win these games. At the end of these games, man, we got to do something to win these games. So,
I think fire Duke Tobin. You guys need to draft better, and you got some hope in Cincy. Get Joe Burrow spirit
but you gotta get
back.
free agents. I know it's Joe Burrow and it's enticing, but man, Cincinnati is a tough play to get free agents.
I think they do got to let Trey walk at this point and get a couple
money
more players for that.
Yeah.
It's the money green.
They got money this offseason. They do have money this offseason.
If the money green, ain't nobody worried about living in Cincinnati.
Defense, though, man.
The money is green.
I mean, you got Joe Flacco in there, regardless if it's Burrow or Flacco. You're putting up 40 against the Bears and you lose. You put up 38 against the Jets and you lose. That to me means we need to spend some money on the defense.
I mean, same with the Cowboys. But well, it's going to happen. Let's move on. I think Joe Burrow's not going anywhere. He's going to stay in Cincinnati. But let's talk about Jaxson Dart, because for some reason there's some rumors circulating, because right now Giants currently hold the #1 pick in the upcoming NFL draft. There has been talk that they could be going with a quarterback with that #1 pick. But they could trade it up, pick another edge rusher, receiver. We don't really know what's going to happen. So, Cody, is Jaxson Dart the answer for the long term for the Giants, or do they trade him and draft Fernando Mendoza?
They absolutely do not draft a quarterback in the first.
Okay.
They do not. You don't take a quarterback with the first overall pick. Is he the long-term answer? I'm not sure yet, but right now he is the answer. I like Jaxson Dart. He's done a good job this year. There's enough things on tape to where he should be the guy going forward.
I agree.
He can start building guys around him, most importantly, the head coach. And we'll get to that in a second. But if you look at him this year, he starts 9 games. He has 13 passing touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He protected the football, had a couple fumbles, but he also ran for 400 and had 7 rushing touchdowns. When you watch his tape, there's enough good things to where you say, these are the flashes I want to see as a rookie that I can go win with.
And imagine when he gets Malik Neighbors.
And he didn't have Neighbors, and he didn't have Scadaboo also. He was missing 2 of his top talent guys on the offensive side of the ball. Imagine when he gets them back. But on the tape, the things that I love, strong arm. He can make throws in the pocket. He can make throws outside of the pocket. He has the intangibles and the leadership ability to take a football team to where they want to be. I truly believe that. That's a big part of his game. You saw the difference he made when he took over as a starter once Russell Wilson stopped. Some of the negatives, though, things he's got to work on. And this is why the coach is so important, whether it's a head coach that's an offensive guy or just a great offensive coordinator, but he's got to be a little bit better of going through progression instead of being a run-first guy. And I said at the beginning of the year, when you throw a rookie quarterback in early before they're ready, they start to drop their eyes and they start to take off and run because they're worried about getting hit. Jaxson Dart has always been an athlete and a run-first guy, but he's doing it more right now because they're struggling up front and he wants to make plays and he's feeling that pressure. I'd like to see him be better with his progression, but when you do take off the run, the most important thing for him, and we talked about it before on this couch, get down. You've got to protect yourself. The best ability is availability. And he's been in the tent far too many times for a rookie in his first season. I understand, and I was there when I first started playing, that you want to lower your shoulder and run over a couple guys and let the defense know that I'm a tough-ass dude and I'm going to earn some respect. You've done that. Guys know you're tough. No one's questioning that anymore. We know you're the guy. Get down, though. Protect yourself. So with that being said, no, I think Jaxson Dart is the guy going forward. They got to build around him. They have a great young core right now, too, if you look at this roster. I mean, they've got Dart. They got Scadaboo, they got Neighbors, they got Andrew Thomas at left tackle, they got Burns, Carter. Thibodeau. They've got dudes right there to where they can turn this franchise around. For me, it just comes down to who the head coach is going to be. This is the most important hire for the Giants this offseason when it comes to head coach in a long, long time.
Lead.
And I think that's going to have a lot to do with this draft pick, because if the Giants was to trade Jaxson Dart to somebody who need a quarterback, they'd get a ton for him. You know what I'm saying? If you that high on Mendoza, then it might not be a bad move. Like, you're going to fill so many holes on your team by trading him, and you already got a quarterback in place. If you watch Mendoza and you like, shit, if we put Neighbors and these guys with him.
But do you watch Mendoza and feel that?
Hell no, barely watch college football.
Okay,
I don't watch him feel now. I watch the interviews. And I don't really want him on my team from the interview.
Yeah.
It's like it's
you're like, yeah.
I'm not
like
he's doing a promo.
Is he acting? Has he always been like
that's
this?
Who he is. That's who
I don't know, but
that's how things.
All I'm saying is if the upstairs guys who make decisions, ownership, GM, if they watch Mendoza film and they like, fucking, we could win with this dude. You know what I'm saying? If we had Neighbors, we put him with this, we could win with this dude. If you trade Jaxson Dart, you could fill 3 holes. You can get hella draft picks. You can get 2 players. I mean, it might not be the worst in the world. When you think about Jaxson Dart, he got 1,813 touchdowns. He don't wow me with his arm. Fuck no.
You don't think he's got a strong arm?
I don't care about a strong arm.
No, he relies on his legs.
You don't wow me with your arm. I'm not watching the game like, oh, this motherfucker throw. I'm watching the game like, oh yeah, he making plays. Every play he make come from his legs. Even the throws downfield, it's oop, 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 dip through here, oop, oop, oop. Then find somebody wide open because we got to cover for 4 seconds.
He's got to be more in rhythm. I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? So you wow me with your legs, and your legs is what had you on the shelf. So if you deal with Jaxson Dart, just know you're going to have to deal with him running the ball, with him creating time in the pocket. That's his game. He's not going to change his game. It's never going to change. So if you want to deal with that, you're going to deal with that. If you don't want to deal with that, he showed enough this season to be great trade bait. Who wouldn't want him as their starter? If you need a quarterback right now, and somebody says, "I'll give you Jackson Dart," all coordinator gonna be like, "I could work with Jackson Dart."
Why wouldn't the Giants want him then if you think other teams see the
Because
I
it's like I
also
can
feel
have
like
Jackson
he's
Dart or I
brought
can have
life to-
Mendoza. Maybe they see Mendoza like, shit, I might rather have this guy. And if I would rather have this guy, you got great trade bait, bro. He gonna get you a lot gonna come back if you trade Dart, man. So I don't think it'd be the worst thing in the world if they that high on Mendoza. So
I don't think you get too much for him if he trade bait. If you put him up for trade, I mean, you might get, equal or value, but I don't think you're gonna get as many picks as you think you're gonna get for him. But I think Mendoza, he's pretty accurate. I watched him play, play against Oregon in the Big Ten championship. But he's a quarterback that everything around him is going to have to be right. He's not going to be able to make plays when there's a play not there. And if you don't have an O-line and a running game and a receiver and everything that the Giants have proven they can't put together, then he's not going to be successful. And I think you just take your chances with Jackson Dart. When everything's not perfect, he's still able to make plays. So when things get perfect or maybe get perfect, or you put a real good running game around it and Neighbors comes back in the offensive line, then I think he could be very successful. But most importantly, you got to be able to stop somebody. And that's what the Giants are putting together well, that defense. Yeah. They're coming along, they're getting to the passer, and they need a couple more pieces, especially in the secondary, and they're going to be top-notch. So I think you keep Jackson Dart and, work on some things, like you said, Cody, his progression, his reads, and stop running the ball so damn much. I know you tough, but that tough shit only lasts so long. Yeah. Then you're going to be on the shelf for real for the whole year. Your Scatterbull's out. I think we go get another running back or two.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. If you need a running back or two, I need a DB to go with this pass
running back, you got an O-line, a running back is easy to find. Somebody to hit the hole and be productive.
That sounds
That's all you need. I can find a running back late rounds.
But if you're trying to fill holes, I'm just saying.
Why not then, so to that point, why not then if you get the first overall pick, trade down and start filling holes that way, then go draft maybe Carnell Tate in the top 6 or 7 spots.
Go get you
and then get you some more mid-round picks. Now, you can't miss on them, but get you a couple more first, maybe next year a first and a mid-round pick.
If you didn't high
for them?
to
you go Carnell Tate for them?
To make it a conversation, damn, should we draft this guy? Should we? If it's a toss-up, bro, like if I draft Mendoza, this is what we talking about. We talking about draft Mendoza or ride with Dart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I draft Mendoza, like shit, I could fill so many holes. Bro, you send Dart to Pittsburgh, bro, you probably could bring back a Joey Porter Jr. I got a corner. You probably get another little older D lineman in there or a linebacker.
But TJ saying, are you really going to get that much for him?
I don't think you get that for him.
Well, shit, hey, you crazy as shit. He done showed he going to spark your hope, bro.
But why not? Why don't you want that on your team, though, if you're the Giants, man? Like, hey.
Because I got to opt to. I ain't saying they don't want it.
He brought
I'm just saying,
to
if
the
I'm
Giants.
upstairs, I'm not upstairs.
Yeah.
If they like shit, we can win with Mendoza. You're going to get more for trading Dart than you is for just trading this pick. You're going to swap with somebody and get another late round pick. You're going to do that with Dart.
It's still a question mark with Mendoza.
Yeah.
Like he in college.
It's still a question mark with Dart.
Skip, how do you feel about
his
Mendoza?
record, bro?
He hasn't turned the ball over. He came in mid-season. He put the most points up on us, and we got
He put the most L's up, bro. He lost every game he played.
He lost his head coach mid-season.
He lost his damn brain.
TJ,
break the tie. Break the
there's
tie,
a better
Skip.
question here. What if Dante Moore is sitting there? What if he decides to come out? You're Oregon quarterback. Have you watched him a lot?
I watched him play SC. I've watched him a couple games.
Okay. What if he's sitting there? Because I don't know what he's going to. He's uncommitted right now. Whether he's going to.
We won't know probably until after
I think he's coming back.
Well, but what if he's sitting there? Would you go with him? I'm putting you on the spot.
Him or Dart? See, now if you do that, then you probably could back up, let somebody get Mendoza, get another pick.
I was about to say, the fact that you took a second to think about it.
Like, come on, fam.
I will go more.
You're going more.
If you think Moore or Mendoza is better for you than Dart, then, bro, come on now. Like, what are we talking about?
I think Moore is
great trade bait.
I think he has better pro quality than Mendoza does.
I do too. I agree. So Fernando Mendoza is prototype, 6'5", 235.
He is.
Pure pocket passer.
Yep.
Does not have great mobility, is surrounded by a very good team and a very good defense and a very good head coach. So don't underestimate that. I do think Jackson Dart can take New York farther than Fernando Mendoza. I'm not doing the Dante Moore because I don't know yet, but I like Jackson Dart's style. I like his swagger. I like his edge. I just like how he fits that team and that city. But we haven't talked about the concussions you mentioned, but there are too many too fast.
Yeah.
And they're cumulative, and they don't go away. You don't just suddenly heal up from concussions. Once you get your brain bruised, it's more susceptible to the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And I went through it with two great Cowboy quarterbacks. The greatest ever was Roger Staubach, way before your time. But he stopped prematurely and shockingly after 10 years because the neurosurgeon told him, you're going to be a vegetable, man. He was Roger the Dodger. He ran with the football and got smacked when they let you hit the quarterback. Troy Aikman, he is the youngest Hall of Fame quarterback in years played. He quit when he was 33 years of age because the neurosurgeon told him, you're going to be a vegetable if you keep doing this, keep taking these hits.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we got a rookie quarterback who's already had 4 documented concussions, trips to the tent, right? Well, that's too many. And then, like you said, he's going to win with his legs, and he makes no bones about it. He just keeps saying, I'm not going to change the way I play. And I'm afraid he has to play with his legs because I'm looking at his yards passing per game. It's 3rd worst in the league at 164. Only Justin Fields and Mariota are worse than Jaxson Dart in passing yards per game because, like you said, it's not that impressive with the arm. You need the combo. You need him to run around and make plays, and they're spectacular plays. They light up the stadium. They light up the team. The way he played against Harbaugh's team, remember when the Chargers went in there and it was his first start. I like that, but I watched him a lot at Ole Miss. He plays with his legs, man. He scrambles. He makes spectacular move plays. Okay, so how long can you last with that? I don't know. So I don't love the long-term future of this because he doesn't seem to have learned any lessons or swallowed any pride. He just says, no,
this is how I play
football. This is how I play. And I'm afraid you're right that's how he has to play football.
So do you think like if they called the Cardinals and asked the Cardinals, do they want Jaxson Dart, the Cardinals wouldn't be with that?
They might.
They just had Jaxson Dart and Kyle Murray.
Yeah, but he was about half Jaxson Dart's size, right?
He saved
So they wouldn't be excited about that call?
I think they would be
I don't
excited.
know if they would.
I'll
I
tell
think
you
they
this,
need
to
someone
your
to pass
point,
the ball
Skip,
to.
that's why
Harrison
the
Jr.
most important thing for Jaxson Dart is who's going to be his head coach or his offensive coordinator.
Yeah, I agree.
Can you develop this kid into a pocket passer?
Yeah.
I disagree with you. I think there are enough things on tape that say he can be a pocket passer. And I watched him at Ole Miss under Lane Kiffin. Yes, he would run and take off and use his legs, but he did a really good job, too, of staying in the pocket, throwing the deep ball, going through progression. He did things well in college. And I know that jump from college to NFL is different, but if you get the right guy in place, New York has to do that, too. They can't miss again on their head coach. They've had 4 head coaches in the last 10 years since Tom Coughlin walked away.
Yep.
All of 6, really, if we're counting Kafka and Spags as interim.
I agree.
They keep missing on the head coach position. If you miss right now, then this Jaxson Dart conversation is irrelevant. But I think there's enough there from him.
Around a young quarterback, they can be successful.
Yeah.
They were saying the same shit about Bo Nix. You see what happens with Bo Nix now with Coach Sean.
Yeah.
Like you put.
But Coach
Caleb
Sean
Williams,
was there.
right?
I mean, he was there from the start. He picked him.
But it takes time. These are correctable things, in my opinion.
Russell.
These are fixable.
Yeah.
Let's
Man,
ride.
You're gonna play how
you
you gonna play, man. You're gonna play how you gonna play. That's his style of play.
You've never been
But I think you
your
get
habits.
a good coach that's
No,
like, hey,
Mahomes,
listen,
that's his
you
style
need
of
to
play. You watch his
within
Texas
this
Tech
scheme.
film, you watch his Chiefs film. That's how Mahomes play. You know what I'm saying? You watch the league college film, that's how he play.
That's true.
This motherfucker gonna look in the backfield. He gonna go get the ball.
But what quarterback right now that's young don't use their legs? They all do. That's the style of quarterback we dealing with. They all now you got to contain the motherfuckers. You got to say, hey,
That's a good point.
this is the offense. I don't need that cowboy shit. This ain't the tombstone. I need you to run, hand the ball off, get rid of the ball when you get close to the sideline, throw it away, stop taking sacks, or else I'm gonna bench your ass.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with how he play. He just got to be smarter at the end.
gotta get down in
sure.
I thought he showed a great showing. Like, shit, I'm giving him credit.
You gotta
I'm saying
follow
he could
that
be-
athleticism,
I'm saying
man.
he showed enough to be fucking outstanding trade bait. I think if you called the Cardinals, they'd be like, shit, we got the 4th pick in the draft, or we can get Dart, but give us Dart right now. Like, he is the 4th. Like, come on, now what we talking about? We got somebody who proven in the league who gonna crank up the franchise. Like, I don't know. I think any one of these teams who need a quarterback, we got, all right, this is solid offense, cool defense. Our quarterback old as shit.
And that's why the Giants,
trade a
are
lot
always in the same position because they trade motherfuckers that proven they could work.
Yeah.
For
Instead of building
unproven
people
shit.
in house, but they don't have the people to build it. So.
But
Well,
real
shit,
quick,
that's
the
the
runaway MVP as we speak can't move an inch, right, Matt Stafford?
What?
Well,
He ain't gotta go nowhere.
Okay, well, I'm just saying.
No, you're talking about like young quarterbacks, up and coming
No,
quarterbacks.
but I'm just saying. I look at Darnold, I look at Matt Stafford, I look at Dak, who can't move at all.
Yeah.
Nah, they could move. They just don't have to. They don't need to. They know they're mature enough to know in certain situations. Let me just
So
throw
you
this ball
prefer
out.
that?
They're all athletic. Stafford's
pocket passer
athletic.
versus-
Dak's
You can
athletic.
skin that cat different ways.
Right, right.
You know.
Depends on your
This
O-line,
offseason self-scout for Jackson
you
Dart
know-
is going to be.
So you don't think a team will get a nice gift if you traded Dart? They wouldn't get.
No, they would. I'm just saying.
But I'm saying why though.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all.
I'm not saying
What you mean,
long
why?
term, but right now you have to at least give them some years to develop.
If you trade your draft pick, you're not gonna get as much as if you trade Dart. If you trade Dart, you're gonna get draft picks and players. If you trade your draft pick, you're just gonna get
So
more
you saying
draft
we'll
picks.
get a corner and with a
Yeah, you're gonna get a fucking corner. So you might get a number 2 receiver and then get Dart out there and get a draft pick.
Man, you could get all that in the draft.
Well, these niggas ain't proven though. Like you gonna get proven shit.
That's what I'm saying.
I feel like they've been building a good young core both in the draft and with trades right now. I do. I think they've got some good young players.
hold
in
up,
place
get some young
that
corners
they can
in the
build
draft.
off of. They got left
Keep your
tackle, they got
team
pass
young.
rush, they got quarterbacks, they got receivers.
If you're Arizona, would you not be concerned about the concussion history?
Yeah, I would. I'd be very concerned, but I'd be more concerned with what he gonna do for my
Now,
franchise.
if I was Arizona, I would go get Mendoza. I want to.
But yeah, Mendoza, they ain't got no chance. Y'all ain't gonna get
Mendoza's
Mendoza.
gonna go first overall.
Y'all ain't gonna get him. Y'all don't have the means. Y'all ain't got a good enough pick to get him. But y'all can have Jackson Dart.
I don't want Jackson Dart. I want Mendoza.
All right, TJ. Well, that'll do it today for the boys. We have college playoffs this weekend and a fun weekend full of football. So go watch some football, and we will see you back here on Monday. Woo woo!